I'll go next because I have to, set a good example for the rest of the people.
You keep saying you keep failing.
Ah.
All right, Brandon. I'm gonna roll.
It sounds like it fell off the table.
They actually, they fell into the underworld. Don't worry, I know.
It fell into the other dice.
Today's been like a bit of a dry day. You walk outside and there's no moisture in the air. You suffocate and die. One of those kind of days.
I've definitely been feeling that.
So I mean, it's definitely like a dry number. And like the driest number I could think of is definitely it's like probably like a 51. Something dry.
Dry. What makes you think 50s? The 50s are dry.
Oh, the 50s are dry because that's that's usually like when you finally give up on like all your dreams and they go to die, and then they turn into like the ethereal dust.
I thought that was in the 30s.
Well, no, the 30s you're still like in your prime technically. You still got like a good couple years left. Like once you hit 50, all your bones start breaking, blood cells start dying. You know how it is.
Okay, I gotcha.
So like a nice 51.
14.
Well, shit.
Oh wow! Come on, guys. What's wrong with you?
No, we're just
what is happening right now? You're losing it. Okay. Wow. All right, Chase, Crystal.
Yeah,
I'll go.
Oh, okay.
That's a good roll. I feel it. I feel that was a good roll.
Yeah, it was a pretty good roll. I'm gonna say so myself.
It
was juicy.
I feel that it's a little bit of a higher roll.
Is that the vibe you were getting from that?
That's the vibe that I was getting from it. I feel that it was somewhere in the 70s.
Oh, okay. God, that was. Whew.
And now where in the 70s is the question, but it feels like it.
I'll ask you this: I rolled both dice because it made it sound better. Do you want to use do you want the metal dice or do you want the black and red dice?
Well, I know how much you love the black and red dice, so give me the metal dice.
Oh, okay.
And I think that we're dealing with a 79.
79. Well, Crystal, you're right on both accounts because both numbers were in the 70s. It was 70 and 76. So guess what you got?
I got
you. Oh my gosh, she's the mind reader now.
I was feeling 70s and I felt them.
Yeah, so you get that big boy inspiration point. All right,
guys, just be better.
Yeah, yeah. Chase, we're 1 for 3 right now. Can you make it? Can you make it a good 50% win rate?
Crystal, it's because my effects were wearing off. We didn't get to do my campaign yesterday, so kind of killed all my like.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
My love for life.
All right. So Chase, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You hear that? All right. So,
Jesus, you just like shit yourself when you rolled.
I'll never tell.
What, a 41?
41.
41.
For which dice? The metal or the cool ones?
Wait, did you roll 2?
I rolled both.
Oh. You get a metal or a cool dice?
Yeah, my metal or my cooler black and red dice.
You say the metal one.
What an idiot.
Okay.
I can't believe you just chose metal dice.
You're wrong on both accounts, because it was a 3 on the metal dice.
Oh.
No, it was a 58. It was 58 on the other one.
Oh, okay. 25%.
We got 25%.
But what about Ma? What about Ma?
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to roll for an inspiration point for Ma?
Well, obviously.
Oh, okay.
She needs her own inspiration.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. Okay. Well, what do you think that roll was that I just rolled right now?
I mean, it was, that was like I only heard one of the dice, so I mean, information's gonna be a little skewed, but that's fine. And you know what? Again, it's been a bit of a rough day. Again, rough life, rough numbers, basically. Again, they've been all over the place. It's very sporadic. Definitely something's off in like the cosmic universe. So what I'm thinking, you know what? I'm feeling like a 30. No, 39.
Well, looks like Ma's gonna be waiting a bit for that.
God damn it!
Dice. It was 18.
Ah.
All right. Well, now we gotta see if Angelina can get one. So who wants to be the one to make the DM guess what the number is?
I mean, I can grab my dice as it, but I mean,
Hey, you want to grab the ducky dice and I'll just say 90 flat, and then we'll see how it goes
my
from there.
dice are pretty. But don't, Isaiah, I re-weighted them. I had to unweight them from the 90s. As you know, I got out my protractor and measured them.
Well, I've already rolled 4 sets.
Well,
so.
never mind that.
I only need 1 set. I don't need 4 chances. I only need 1.
Fine. I will do the most recent I rolled. Take a pick.
No, I didn't hear it. I roll it again. I gotta feel it.
Yeah, you gotta hear the clack.
You can't just say that you rolled something. I gotta know that you rolled. I gotta hear that click around your hands, them click around between your fingers, and then.
We don't do hands in this house.
Yahtzee?
Right,
no,
Isaiah.
my dice tray.
Oh.
All right, Isaiah. I don't know. I think I have noise suppression on. Let's see. Let's see how loud this is.
Oh, I hear some clicking. Some clacking.
I have all of my dice in my hands. Although, again, you can't hear the ducky dice click because they're. I mean, you could probably, but. So there you go. That was his rolls because he didn't want to roll with his trade.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna try and guess Matt's number right now.
Yeah.
So I heard you pretty emphatically just moving around that dice tray. You were going ham on that thing right there.
Oh yeah. Like Friday night ham.
So I'm thinking, with how hard you went on that, it's gotta be a pretty hard number.
Definitely.
It's gonna be a pretty hard number, and you know what? Let's be honest. What's the hardest number we know?
What is the hardest number we know?
I mean, I could think of a few.
You know, when I think of a hard number,
I think of like 20. That's what I think.
Think 20?
Yeah.
When I think hard number, I think somewhere in the 90s.
I often think of 42.
See, when I think of the 90s, I think those are like flaccid numbers.
But see, here's the thing. We've seen a lot of 90s, and we've seen a lot of high numbers, but the hardest numbers are the low numbers. We don't really see a lot under 10.
This is true.
That's
so,
true.
I think a hard 9. Pretty cool.
Was that your final answer?
I mean, it would be cool, but do you think that's what the number is?
I'm gonna be honest, Brandon. Only the gods know what the numbers are, and Matt, because he rolled it, and he's looking at it.
Yeah, no, is that your final answer?
I'm gonna say and stick with 9.
Now, you see, you would be correct if it was the previous roll. Because the previous roll was an 8.
Oh.
However, this roll, the one that you made me do, was 100 exactly.
Oh!
I mean, that's a pretty
the
hard
problem
number.
is you know.
That is also a pretty hard number right there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys too
wait.
low.
Did you roll the ducky dice? Matt,
see,
what do we say about the ducky
Hey,
dice?
these were my pure metal dice, okay? So
Look, Isaiah, I gave him the link. I was just like, we got it. Everyone needs to have a set. In case you want to kill the party, you bring out the ducky dice.
And then Matt, for shame, pulling out the ducky dice.
hey, I don't own a set of ducky dice yet.
Yet, he says.
Yeah. That was the power of having ordered ducky dice coming along and helping you. All right.
No, I don't have the money for dice. I gotta
So-
pay for airplanes.
All right. So Crystal's the only one who gets an inspiration point.
Woo!
Why are you paying for airplanes?
Because I have to pay to fly them.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but where are you flying to?
I'm learning how to fly.
Oh,
Yeah, Brandon.
that makes more sense than having to pay for planes.
That's literally what you do when you learn how to fly.
Yeah, but you said I'm like learning to pilot them. I have to pay for piloting lessons. I would have been like, oh, okay, I get that. No.
Well, I'm already a pilot.
Oh.
I'm working on my commercial rating.
Oh. Makes
Well.
sense. All right, I get it now.
Yeah. So it's less of me paying to learn how to fly them and more of me paying to use them to learn how to fly.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense. All right. So are we all ready?
indeed.
Okay. Well, when last we left our wanderers, Dulkin, the Minotaur Ranger, Hank, the Dwarf Rogue, Esla, the Shifter Druid, and Vashana, the Crashar Sorcerer, our friends found themselves in the underworld, where Demeter had called them the god of death, luck, and gambling, to give them some information about the foe that they had just crossed paths with, who was revealed himself to be a god as well, Semael, under the god Tethanol, the god of trickery, who was under the name of Semael, who, for some reason, had just been recently freed from whatever captivity the gods had just put him into. Being warned that the group had now been marked being within the vicinity of 3 pieces of the dreaded king, with Vashana being in the vicinity of 1. They had some small talk with Demeter, getting some extra information from him and learning more about the world and how the gods work, and doing a bit of gambling with him, where the party seemed to have a lucky streak and getting 2 magical items from him, but later found their luck it turned upside down.
You could just say that
After-
Dulkin sucked ass, Isaiah, okay? Listen. I know that one was for me. You could say, but Dulkin sucked. He
Brandon?
was the worst.
Brandon,
Uh-huh.
I'm giving a monologue right now, Brandon. Please. Save all comments for after the monologue is over, Brandon.
Okay.
So, after Demeter called it quits for the party himself, decided to take him into an area of his castle where he had a portal leading to the material plane for them, and after sending them back to the material plane, they found themselves outside the mountain that they had just crossed into, where a dwarf party was investigating an earthquake that happened that collapsed part of the mountain. Vashana went up to the dwarf party and got their attention and brought them down to the others, who rested themselves, as well as Dulkin getting Ma back, and they proceeded to get back to the gates leading into Hogdar, and rested there for the night, and are now returning. So, it is morning, but at night, for you, Vashana, you do hear Keel's voice again in your sleep. You do get messages, as well as more like emotional readings of just worry and happiness from the spirits, knowing that you are safe, considering that he could also feel that the connection with you was cut off, and he did not know where you were. You get a few visions. One of what just happened with the fights in the underground temple, and you get those same images of a world burning and bodies unrecognizable to you, one after another hitting hitting the floor, as well as a large looming shadow in the sky, overtaking a large portion of it before the vision and dream ends. And you know this is the vision skill has been giving you for many years now, and seems to be reasserting them. And for you, Hank, while you're resting, you get a bit of a dream yourself, where you're kind of just floating in a suspended space for a while, and you hear the unmistakable flick of a coin in the background, kind of just a ways away. And I'm going to make an assumption after what has just transpired that is probably Demeter, who is keeping a close eye on you in your dream. And you get a message from him. Sorry, my mouth is getting dry. Probably shouldn't be eating M&Ms while narrating. But you get a message from Demeter, Hank, and he tells you, if you ever find anything about Tethanol, or if you ever think of trying to do my work for me, I may feel inclined to assist you more with your friend. Come back to me if you ever have any questions, dwarf. I'm always willing for a quick game.
You respond to that, Chase, or?
Oh, am I able to respond? Is
Yeah,
because
this
is like a dream.
Yeah, it's kind of just a suspended, just black, empty void that you're kind of just. You're fully spatially aware of yourself, and this voice is kind of in the back of your mind, everywhere around you. You are able to respond if you wish.
Oh, that sounds like a proposition.
Then I shall be seeing you soon, dwarf. Try not to die too quickly.
I'll do my best.
And then there's nothing after that. You all wake up. So each of you wake up in the same room with one another. You seem to be in a barracks where a lot of other dwarves are right now. It's mostly empty, with you sleeping on basically the equivalent of hammocks, with in sort of a bunk bed style, with a hammock underneath another. And the barracks is empty for the most part, and there's a few sleeping dwarves who snore very loudly, but for the most part, nothing. You guys were so exhausted that no amount of snoring could have probably kept you awake. You were out like a light the moment you hit those hammocks.
You know, Dolkeen's passed out. Dolkeen's having a wonderful sleep right now.
Yep, and I believe last time I had you guys already remove a level of exhaustion for sleeping.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so you wake up still pretty exhausted from the harrowing experience that happened the day prior, and meeting with the god of death, going to the underworld, almost dying, seeing a bunch of zombified creatures and demonic entities coming out of the gunk. Was pretty exhausting and harrowing.
Please, that's enough. I've seen this one already. What? Where am I?
Yeah. So are we all waking up at this point, or?
Yeah, you're all waking up relatively around the same time. You know, choose however you wish to wake up, but anyone who looks over as you're waking up, Angeline is like face down in her hammock, just glasses thrown to the side, book on the ground. She's snoring too.
What happened?
Yeah, Dolkin will he'll just hear somebody just like talking amongst like the snoring, and he'll just like open his eyes and be like, "Oh, Ma, you finally able to speak to me? Oh wait." You know, like kind of look at Ma. And be like, "Is that you?"
She's on the ceiling above you.
She's awake, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Firstly, Dolkin will like look around. I assume, Vashana was just like getting up, rubbing her eyes, or
Yeah, she's sat up and just kind of her eyes are still like half closed, and she's picking boogers out of her eyelashes.
Yeah, and then Dolkin will look up to Ma and be like, "Ma, can I ask you something? Did you so did you know that apparently I stole you? Did you know? Did you know anything about this?"
She's just hissing at you.
Oh, I couldn't hear
in
you.
Oh,
Oh.
probably. Yeah, she's going.
He's like, "Oh,
That sounded strange.
The
Oh.
noise suppression is kicking in.
Okay, noise suppression. Thank you for fucking with me once again.
yeah." He'll just be like, "I'm gonna," and he'll just be like, "Okay, so well, that's good that you knew that you didn't know either, because otherwise that'd be, I'd feel like responsible. But since it was like an accident, I guess it's okay. So you were dead or not dead or something? I don't know. This is getting real complicated. You doing good, Vashana?"
Dolkin, no offense, but I have a screaming headache, and your voice makes it worse.
He's gonna turn and look over to all of the snoring dwarves, and then he'll look back to Vashana and be
Yep.
like, "Yeah." He'll look back to the Vashana and be like, "Worse than them?"
It's pretty bad.
Fine, and then he'll just like hold his arms out for like Ma to come to, just like drop in
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, she just lets go of the ceiling and drops.
Yeah, Dolkin catches her and then tilts her upright, and then puts her on a.
You know, for fun, make a dexterity check.
All right, my best stat with a big +2. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. We're good.
Okay, you catch her, and then when she lands, you feel your hammock just roll side to side. It's like, oh, as you just like grab each side and steady yourself.
As a reminder, Dolkin has 2 levels of exhaustion.
I do have 2. Oh yeah, I do.
So that's with a disadvantage.
So I have,
Oh, yeah.
That's a 5.
So you think that, and you grab the sides, and you steady yourself, and then what? you immediately fall on the second hammock above with Hank right underneath you, and you fall right on the floor next to his.
Yeah, like it's perfectly stable, and then we're not moving, and I think everything's okay, and then the hammock just turns completely upright.
Yep. Just goes right underneath you, and you're just in the air for a second before you crash to the ground.
Yeah, I look up, and it's the ground, and then I look back down, and I'm just like, uh-oh. And then I fall to the ground.
Yeah.
Did I
By
landed on
that-
Hank or next to Hank?
Next to his
Oh, okay.
hammock.
As Dolkin hits the floor, Vashana kind of finally gets her eyes open enough to see this and just kind of... Same old Dolkin.
You okay, Ma?
She's on your back.
He just like lifts his
You
hand up, and he's like, okay.
She sensed what was about to happen and just saw you and
got
got
out of
on
the
your
way.
back as it landed face first.
Is there any windows in the room, or?
Yes.
Oh.
It's about a 30-foot wide room that kind of expands across. It's a kind of an extension of the wall.
Okay.
That goes from one side of the mountains to the other. Seems to be one of many gates through the wall.
As Dolkin is standing up, Vashana grabs a little patch of leather she has hanging off of her belt and will cast mage armor, and using her ability, she'll float up out of her bunk and gently hit the ground.
Yeah, and Dolkin crashing to the ground would definitely wake up you, Hank, and Estelar.
It was a pretty loud thud.
Morning already.
Yeah, Dalkin will like grab onto like Hank's hammock, obviously to like help get himself up, like unintentionally rustling Hank awake more.
Yeah. Yeah, Hank, you feel a big minotaur hand shaking your hammock left and right.
He's using it as leverage to get himself up.
Yeah, and you dip to one side. And you just see Dolkin grabbing your hammock and slowly pushing it
To the ground to get himself up. Oh, and he's like, morning, sleepyhead.
Jace,
Oh, yeah. So,
are you good, buddy?
yeah. And so, like, I'll like shudder a little bit. What? Cow? Hey, he's like next to my bunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
he's literally using your your hammock as leverage to get himself up, and it's moving it to the side
Mhm.
and tilting you over.
So that like I fall out.
Oh, you're on the edge, about to fall out with Dolkin trying to pull himself up.
You know what? That's it.
I'll fall out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dalkin's gonna keep using it, and because Hank didn't tell him to stop. So
You roll for fun, rolling acrobatics.
Oh, do I roll in an acrobatics?
Yeah, just for fun, rolling acrobatics.
God damn it, he's too good.
Roll right out, fucking, and then just like land right on my feet, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You just your head leans forward, and then you just do a perfect flip onto your feet.
Perfect flip. And then
It's like a cat.
I'm waiting for Dolkin to give me a rating on how I scored this landing.
Yeah. Dalkin will finish like standing up. He'll like use the rest of the hammock, and he'll
You're
stand
like,
up,
okay.
and then he'll turn over to Hank, who just did like a sweet like front flip, and then he will give you some very enthusiastic golf claps.
Yeah. Hank, you see Ma, who holds up a scorecard saying 8.5.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Shit.
That's a juicy one.
I mean, that's pretty harsh. Dalkin was gonna go with like a 9, but fuck, Ma, you can't impress her.
He's got high standards.
And Dalkin wants to go and look outside, and just because he's never been to Hogdor, so he's just gonna like go and look out the window just to see what he sees.
You look out the window. Just roll a perception check.
All of us.
Well, Dolkin specifically, because he's looking out the window.
Time for my best stat. Uh-oh. That's a big 12.
Yeah, it's a little early in the morning. It's a little early in the morning still, and sun's kind of just peeking over. Actually, no, you guys probably would have slept in, so sun's a bit in the sky. You see kind of like most of what was on the other side of the wall. Lots of forest leading forward, with the snow actually having melted a lot more. It's a lot more green now than it is white. It seems that spring has finally started to take in full effect, and there's still patches of snow, but for the most part, it's almost fully green outside.
Ah, that is awesome. This like Dalkin likes that, because that means that things are starting to grow again.
Yep, and you do see the peak of the Abelia Mountains, the tallest point in Hostel.
Oh, like is it within like spitting distance or?
No.
Oh.
It's still quite far off, but you do see it, and you do notice a bit that there's some odd gray like plumes of smoke that kind of come out of several points in the mountains, but you're unable to really get any more beyond that.
Oh, okay. Oh, and you know what, Dalkin, obviously, now that he has woken up more, primeval awareness. So for the next minute, just like everyone else can like RP and do their thing.
As Vishana just sort of finishes readying herself, she'll walk over and just kind of gently shake Angie and be like, "Hey,
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Yeah, you just as you shake her, and it takes a bit of shaking before she kind of just like slowly lifts her head up. Like all of her hair is just like in front of her face. It's just like a mop. You can't see her face at all. She just slowly lifts it and looks at you. Just takes a hand and moves it all to the side, and her eyes are closed, and she looks dead tired. It's like, it's the morning.
And Vishana will just kind of poke her cheek and be like,
You're going to drown in your own drool, dear. To wake up.
Yeah. She kind of puts her face back into the hammock and then slowly rolls out onto her feet. Oh, I feel gross. Is there like a bath anywhere here or something?
Tolkien will look at all the other dwarves, and I assume where there's no bath in here.
You don't see any. You don't see any bath.
I could also go for the bath.
Why don't we see if we can find it, shall we?
Yeah, even with all the ruckus you guys have made, the other dwarves, like there are 4 other dwarves inside here with like a room full of like 60 of those hammocks,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all still dead asleep, even with all the noise you guys made. But Angelina gets up, kind of just picks up her spell book, picks up her glasses, and just prestidigitation, just kind of, fix herself up, makes herself look a little more nice. Fix up her hair that's kind of tossed around. Despite the fact that I'm still coming to terms with what just happened, I'm kind of glad that it's a little quiet today.
Honestly, I'm with you there.
This is definitely gonna be a bit of less enthusiastic trek back to Nazril.
Why don't we take another day before we go anywhere?
I think that would be for the best.
I definitely want to have a look around Hogdor.
Are we even in Hogdor?
No, we're at the gate that separates Hogdor and the other areas of Hostel. She kind of just gets up, adjusts her glasses, looks out the window, and is like, probably another, from here, maybe a half a day to a day to get there.
Oh.
No offense, Tolkien, but I really don't feel like traveling anymore today.
What if we just stayed around here for a while?
Yeah, you know what? I'll go back to bed.
And the party went back to bed.
The party went back to bed, Isaiah.
I mean, while you guys are tired, you just got up from a long rest, so you will need to do some light activity and spend a bit of time before you can feasibly go back to bed.
Well, Tolkien with his 2 points of exhaustion will sluggishly walk towards the door.
Yep. So you all get up together. Yeah, Vishana.
and Vishana will just kind of meander over beside Tolkien.
Let's go find some breakfast, shall we?
Oh, I could really go for something to eat. You think they got any more of those like berries here?
I don't know. Let's find out, shall we?
Alright, yeah, Tolkien will walk out. Well, I assume, yeah, Tolkien will walk out the door first. I'll just like look around.
Yep, as you do, you kind of you walk out the barracks, and the moment you do, you start hearing a bunch of ruckus around all of you as you guys step out.
Vishana immediately puts her hand up to her temple.
Oh.
What you see before you is kind of like a very large lounging area. You see quite a few dwarves who are just kind of meandering about. Some just at tables chatting it up, a lot with drinks, several with plates of food as well. It's about 20 or 30 dwarves in this one room, just kind of chatting it up. And you see a couple of them kind of just like lazing about, and just even some at a dartboard, just kind of just throwing darts and playing games with one another. Seems very jovial, very happy. It's dwarves, and they're mostly always like this, kind of kicking it back even while on duty.
You know what? Is Hank with us or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dulkin will turn and look at Hank and be like, you know, you got, your people seem to like be very relaxed. Like, are any of these people like on job right now? Are they like working? Like, I think he's gonna look at everyone. He's just like, I think everyone's here has had a bit too much of Daddy's drink. Don't you know?
Hank, roll a quick history check with advantage.
Okay.
Which without tired you are, will be just a normal roll, but yeah, because a level exhaustion gives you
Yeah,
disadvantage.
I do have disadvantage.
Yeah, but it's simple enough. You know, this is kind of like how all dwarves are in any work environment, kind of. You know, this wall is kind of, despite that it's fairly long, is kind of heavily guarded by a lot of dwarves at a time. From how big this looks to be probably the central area of the wall where a lot of traffic goes through. And, you know, there are a lot of people who are usually, you know, on shift or not working, so anyone who's not working is kind of partying about or meandering.
Huh. Okay.
Is there any?
Do
Are you going to explain that to the party, or?
to
Well, I give
yeah,
that
I
history
would.
check because Dolkin asked you.
Yeah. I forget what Dolkin asked.
I was basically saying like, why? He's like, you people are like real happy, and just like, why are they all drinking? Why are they all drinking Daddy's drink?
Daddy's drink.
Yeah, it was Daddy's drink. You don't drink it. Are you Daddy? I don't think so.
It's just sort of
It-
the. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Esla.
No, I was just making a bad joke. Never
Making
mind.
points.
Well, now I want to know the bad joke.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
okay.
No, now we're gonna wait. No, okay, alright, fine. Well, Dolkin, this is where everybody gathers. This is the central the whatever Isaiah said.
Okay.
Basically like a mess hall or like a gathering hub.
Dolkin
It's like
just,
the great hall in the fucking Vikings.
Dolkin
Oh,
just,
you
Dolkin,
like my
Not really
necessity
like not really like that.
Dolkin just has a look of surprise because he was like, Hank, you just call me by my name. You must be really tired.
I think we're all really tired.
You
Didn't
know,
even
I
have
didn't,
enough
I didn't
energy
think
for
about that
defensive.
cow. I didn't. I must be out of my mind.
Well, Angelina just kind of steps forward and starts sniffing the air. It's like, smells like they might have food ready. If I'm hungry.
Let's go eat.
Yes.
Yep. You guys walk by some of the tables where just small groups of dwarves are just chatting up with one another. They seem to just not really pay much mind to you. Some give glances to you, especially you Dolkin, because big Minotaur man.
Mm-hmm. Also, big spider.
But also big spider, yes. Ma's on your back, so that she would definitely get a bunch of looks. But you walk up to the bar, and you see two gentlemen behind it. A little younger looking dwarf man seems to have a little more of a baby face than some of the others, but still looks pretty rugged. Doesn't have as nice a beard, but he's got some mutton chops and some longish black hair. And another gentleman who looks much older with graying whitish hair and a bit of a shorter beard as well. And the older gentleman kind of looks to all of you as you approach, like, "Oh, looks like we got some new ones here." What y'all need?
Sleep.
For you to tone it down a notch in food.
Tone it down? You're in a room full of dwarves. There is no toning it down. It's a party always. Ain't that right, lad? And he kind of just puts his hand on the other guy's shoulder and just gives it a pat, and he goes, "Oi, always."
Would I want to change my name?
I mean, it's a little late, but I mean, you guess you can do whatever you want.
I mean, like, would I want to secretly
Introduce yourself as like
Someone else.
as
as, Edward
Bonk?
Bonk. There you go.
I mean, instead of Hank Emberbeard,
You could be Jack.
and instead of Hank Emberbeard, it's Hank Hamberbeard.
It's
Hank
rank
Glimmer.
hamburger beard.
Glimmer Braid.
There you go, Glenn Glimmerbraid.
Tank
I like
Glimmer
that.
Braid. I said Tank Glimmer
Oh,
Braid.
I think you said Glenn Glimmerbraid, but I like
I
Glenn
like Glenn
Glimmerbraid.
Glimmerbraid.
Okay.
It's got a ring.
Glimmer Braid, kind of sister name is that? But the younger dwarf gentleman just kind of looks to all of you and just puts a hand on the counter and just leans over. So, what are you be having?
Ding.
What are you selling?
What are you selling?
What are you selling?
What are you buying?
To
Well,
hunger is
well,
to be alive.
Hunger is to be alive. I love
Well,
it.
the scouting party last night came by and said that you all was lost in the forest too. Unfortunately, we don't really give discounts to guests, but we got some breakfast if you like. It'll just be a couple piece from each of you.
Wait, they're saying that we were lost in the forest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Tolkien, remember? I told them we were lost in the forest when I found them, and Vashana's just staring daggers into Tolkien right now.
Tolkien will look at Vashana, who's, I assume...
Yes, we were out there for what seemed like weeks, months even. I felt my fingers crawl. I felt my fingers
find a place
crawling
Get out of the cold, settle down, away from the snow.
Oh, sounds like it if it was that bad. Well, you're part of the greatest crew you've got. Ain't that right, boys? And he kind of just raised a fist up, and everyone, you just hear is like, "Ah!" from the entire tavern.
Vashana just
Yeah,
covers
oh
her
my God.
ears and tucks her head in, like, ah, my head.
You're part. Where you are right now? You're part of the Steel Arm group right here.
Steel arms?
Steel arm?
The Steel Arm. Yep, Steel Arm group.
The Steel Arm Stanleys.
Alright.
Thank you for your assistance.
The Steel Arm Stallions. That's our football team.
There you go.
That's a good name.
Thank you
That's
for
actually a
your
solid-ass name.
assistance and your generosity in providing us both a bed and some food.
Aye. Well, if you need anything, we got some eggs, we got some meat, we got some mead. We got meat and meat.
I would be surprised if you didn't have some sort of drink. After
Oh,
all, you
well-
are all dwarfs.
Oh, lass, we got whatever you need over here.
Do you have anything that'll cure a headache?
Your headache. I guess I could get some. Hold on a second, Roddy. I'm
Like
gonna
a hot tea or something.
hey, get that. That's a Melvin drink right there. Mm.
Aye, that it is, and it helps when I have bad headaches.
I'll see what I can get. Anything else for the rest of you?
I would
Tolkien,
greatly appreciate
Tolkien
it.
comes up with his best hipster glasses. He's like, do you have anything vegan here?
The hell is the hell is vegan?
What is
Minotaur?
what is vegan?
Vashana will speak up. Just get him a glass of
Milk.
fresh mead.
Oh, the meat is always fresh here. He looks at you, Hank, and he just kind of gives like a finger crossbows, and you like a knowing smile. I was like, you would know, wouldn't you?
Finger crossbow?
Instead of finger guns.
Instead of finger guns.
Because there are no guns here.
How would you do a finger
God.
crossbow?
It's the same way you do finger guns.
It's the same way you do finger guns.
It's
but
just there are
crossbow.
no guns, so it's just pew pew. You can't bang bang bang. You know, it's just pew pew.
Stop making it so complicated, guys.
Sorry.
All right,
No,
all right.
Yeah, well, Dol can be like, I don't drink any of that icky stuff. I'll just have some eggs and whatever you're selling, just like a meat. Also, I need 2 sets of it. I need to feed my ma.
Icky stuff. Yeah, he just kind of puts a hand down. This right here, what we got, is the finest drinks you will find in any part of the world. Icky. I'm right insulted, I am.
He didn't mean it like that. It's
well,
just he doesn't drink.
He doesn't tolerate alcohol, well. You'll have to forgive him.
It's his Minotaur blood, unfortunately.
I see you a lot. Wait, I'll get you. All right. Well, if y'all need some food, I'll go round up some bread, some bacon, some pork, some eggs. We'll get you right fed.
He better bring back Dolkeen a bottle that just says "Baby's First Beer."
Yeah, the younger gentleman just kind of goes back into a small room, and he disappears for a little bit. And this is the older gentleman who's at the bar, just kind of talking to some of the other dwarves.
Thank you so very much once again for your generosity.
Assuming you're talking to the older dwarf.
Yeah, the one who's still with us.
Yeah, he kind of just looks over. He's like, "Oh, it's no problem. Usually get lots of people like you coming through here. Feel free to stay as long as you want, as long as you don't cause any trouble."
We will most certainly take you up on that.
You ever see, like, by a lot of people, do you mean like human people or just like people?
Anyone who's coming through, that ain't part of God.
You see any gnomes?
Gnomes? Can't say I have.
Ah, dang.
Not recently, though. Think we might have had some gnomes pass by a couple times, but I wouldn't know. Didn't see them.
Ah, dang.
Sorry there, lad.
Oh, my eyes itchy.
Well. Huh?
Oh, my eyes itchy, goddammit. I was gonna respond to it, but I was itching my eye.
Yeah, he's like, well, our Drake's back there getting your food. Is there anything you all need? Any drinks?
You know what?
The food's good too.
Other than a tea would really be beneficial if you can scrounge something up.
I'm pretty sure we got a box that line there somewhere. He kind of just goes underneath his underneath the counter and just kind of rummages around, pulls up a really small box and just lifts it open, and you see like a handful of just tea leaves. They just kind of pulls out, and it's like, ain't I really made tea that much, but I can give it a shot.
If it's too much trouble, I can brew it myself. I've done it plenty of times. It's quite all right.
Well, if you need it, he kind of just slides it over to you.
Thank you, and a kettle.
Oh, right. Sure, we have a coffee kettle somewhere around here that isn't being used. He kind of goes back and pulls out a small kettle and just sets it down for you.
Thank you.
There you go, love.
And Shana will properly prepare a kettle of water, and will just kind of hold it over her hand as she manifests the firebolt in it, and just uses the firebolt to boil the water.
Yeah, it takes a little bit because it takes a while to boil water, but you do so and eventually get your tea. And the older dwarf comes to the rest of you. He's like, Anything y'all want? We do got water if you ain't feeling any need to be drinking right now.
So
Wa-
that'd be lovely.
Water would be nice. Do you have anything else but water though?
What'd you say?
He said Dalkin said water would be nice, but what are the other options?
Other option we got all the alcohol you can need. We do got fresh milk from some of the cattle around the farms outside the mountain.
Oh.
If you want some of that, but mostly it's a bunch of beer.
All right, just the water then, and I'll also get a cup of warm milk.
That I can do. He does so, passes you all the drink that you want, and Angelina would be with you, Dolkin, and wanting a glass of milk too. Not really wanting to drink with how tired she still is.
Maybe she's an
Yeah.
energetic drunk. Maybe it'll wake her up.
Yeah, maybe the drinking is what she needs.
Yeah.
And the other dwarf comes back as you all just kind of sit and meander around, just kind of lounging at the bar. And he comes back with five plates on both arms. Well, 5 plates in totals in both his arms, and kind of just comes over and sets it down onto the counters. And what you guys get is a breakfast of just sliced toast with eggs and bacon, as well as a bit of pork and a healthy serving of beans as well.
Beans, you say?
Beans.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
You're basically
Yo!
serving like a
Guys.
like a full English. here.
Basically equivalent baked beans.
So
on there as well.
We got the
Isaiah,
beans.
Isaiah.
What the fuck?
Isaiah.
Yeah.
I just found this fucking picture just
Uh-oh.
2 minutes ago. It's 2 minutes ago. I was all like, this fucking thing looks disgusting. And now that you say beans, I'm like, yeah.
These are the beans we're eating.
It's Raver Fuel.
Some Raver Fuel beans.
Ew.
River fuel beans. What the fuck?
Energy beans.
2 times protein, energy, and hydrate.
And
Wait, how do you
hydrate.
hydrate on beans?
Two times hydrate.
2 times hydrate.
Damn.
Twice the regular hydration you get from beans.
Double the beans.
I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at that. I thought for a second I thought the 2 times energy said sexergy, and I'm like, wait, what?
Sexergy.
Wait, what?
2 times the sexergy.
I love
32 fluid ounces.
I love Dister by obvious plant. What is
It's,
Dister
it's distributed.
plant.
Yeah.
by obvious plant?
My obvious
the-
plant. I think
That's the
beans.
company.
That's a horrible name for a company.
I bet it's just basically
I-
somebody took a Gatorade bottle and filled it with beans.
That's what I'm
Beans
thinking,
and taurine. That's all it is. It's just beans and
Beans.
taurine.
I
Complete meal.
It's just beans.
But yeah, well, you guys get this meal in front of you, and it is a very hearty meal and a very filling meal very quickly. And as you're eating it, you do feel
Ready
you
to
do-
rave.
you do feel that as you eat, that kind of exhaustion. You guys get the bit of headaches that you all have collectively gathered start to die down a little bit with this meal, but not go away completely. But you definitely do feel better now that you have full stomachs. Because you did not realize that, because even after you got out, you guys were tired and hungry.
Yeah,
And that
Vishana
is-
is just slowly eating it while she sips her tea. Just... so nice.
And you guys sit there, and Angeline just kind of looks to the younger male dwarf and just kind of just like, excuse me, I don't know if we'd be allowed to, but do you have any bathhouses or anything that we could use? And the dwarf just looks at it, it's like, oh yes, we got some a little bit down the ways on the wall. We got some split bathhouses for the men and women. If you need to get yourself freshened up, you're free to use them. And she's like, oh, thank you. I'll do that later. And she keeps eating.
Mm.
And
This is the bath episode.
This You know what? You know what? You know what's even more great? Now I have to decide whether or not Dolkin would take Ma into the, whether he'd leave Ma with like you all, because I mean she is a woman after all.
She is a woman.
Can't be in the men's bath.
Vashana.
I don't know if you know this, Brandon, but spiders can drown very easily.
They wouldn't do that to Ma.
Just by going in the water, they can drown very easily, Brandon.
How easily do spiders drown?
I have faith that Eslar wouldn't willingly kill Ma.
The response is that it is impossible to easily drown spiders since they have low oxygen intake and equally low metabolic rate. This
You
means that
cannot-
some spiders may even survive underwater for 1 to 3
really?
hours.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they can take 1 to 3 hours to drown.
Oh, really? I thought I heard that spiders can drown very easily.
No, you cannot drown a spider, as stated by the real science, but they'll die if submerged in a sewer.
I think a lot of people
think a
might
lot of
die if
people would,
submerged in
yeah.
a sewer, if I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I guess this is gonna be the bath episode where
Okay.
Ma is gonna
Ma-
have Goofy.
Ma just sits at the bottom of the water, just
She-
scuttling
Really,
around.
like, horrifying, though.
Well,
Water spider.
what a spider! Oh,
Water
yes.
spider. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, this is happening now.
But
Vashana will pour both herself and Angie a cup of tea, and
Okay.
will look over to Estelar and be like, "Do you want a cup? It's not the best, but it's green tea."
We'll try some.
And
Thank
she,
you.
it's
she pours a cup for her.
as you taste it, you realize that's kind of a mixture of a few different tea leaves, mostly being kind of mint and green tea leaves.
Mm,
Not
Being the most
like
prominent.
grass.
It's not the best, but it's tea. It's hot, and it soothes the mind.
It is nice. But you're right, I've had better.
I'm
Is it-
sorry, I did the best I could.
Yes, it is alright.
How fresh is the warm milk, Isaiah? Freshly squeezed, or
Are we,
Still
are
chunky.
we talking? Are we talking straight from the titty?
If it came straight from the cow and then brought here, no.
They brought you the cow. Oh, the cow is sucking on the cow.
Oh, the cow is sucking from the cow.
Milky mommy's udders. I want mommy's
God damn it, Chase.
yeah. Well, Isaiah, how fresh is it then?
It's pretty fresh.
Oh, okay, just making sure. Just want any of that
But-
secondhand titty. I mean,
But you all sit around and start and eat. You actually see a dwarf, actually, another dwarf, come from one of the other tables and sidle up next to you guys. In the chair. I assume who'd probably be at the end of the on both sides.
probably
I-
not Dolkin. He would have just been the first to like walking in. Hey, go to
Yeah,
So,
Vashana's probably one of the last ones because she would have been the last one to sit down after brewing her tea.
Okay. You see another male dwarf with a bit of more of a dark reddish hair and beard and a bit of a withered face a bit, but with a bit looking nicer armor on him as he just kind of sits down, looks to all of you and says, so looks like you're all finally awake. Good to see that. You probably don't remember because you're all pretty tired. I'm one of the dwarves from the scouting party that we all grabbed you from.
Oh, yes, I do remember you. How are you?
Well, got a good drink in me, got some good food. On my break right now, so I wouldn't be much happier.
Well, that's very good to hear. Thank you once again for your help. It was greatly appreciated.
Don't you worry about it, lass. I'm just very curious, you all doing? Want to ask, you all doing very good?
Could be doing better, but definitely better than last night.
Give
I
us
did
a
say-
day or two, we should be on our feet again.
That's good. You're more than welcome to stay here as long as you need. you did say that you were out there for quite a bit.
Aye, that we were.
Well, you get that frostbite out of your toes. Stay here, get
Thankfully, this one, and she points to Dolkin, is very apt in the ways of the wilderness and was able to stave off the frostbite long enough for us to get some help.
I thought you were just gonna say that I didn't have toes, which is fitting.
Aye, that you don't. The dwarf just says, nodding and pointing down your feet. He's like, yeah, he doesn't have any toes.
Also, when Vishana like brings Dolkin in the conversation, where's the guy that gave us the food? Because we haven't paid yet, and Dolkin wants to make sure to pay for him and Ma's meal.
We're still sat at the bar, so
You're still at the bar, so, and they're kind of just moving around, kind of just going to the other guys at the bar. Just kind of moving around in and out of the small kitchen in the back.
Oh, so you didn't tell me my primeval awareness. Was there any monstrosities?
Not that you could sense, no.
Okay, just making sure.
And before Dolkin even tries to do anything, she just puts a gold piece on the counter.
This is for the meal.
You see the older dwarf at the counter kind of look at it and slowly slide it back. It's like, appreciate the patronage, but we don't like to take too much from people who
No,
don't need to pay more than they need.
please, I insist. It's the smallest coin I have.
Some hours, I say then. All right, he kind of takes the coin away from you, and instead he kind of goes to a little lockbox underneath, and then puts the gold coin in, and you see him pull out 9 silver and 9 copper and set it down in front of you.
No, I was paying for everyone. That's quite all right.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then he takes 4 copper away and leaves the rest and puts it back.
Thank you. And
Like I said, Les, we don't like to take too much from people who don't need to have much taken from them.
And she slides
Won't feel
the 4 copper back to him.
consider it a tip.
That I could do, lass. That I could do, lass. He kind of just gives you a wink and takes the 4 copper.
And she'll turn back to the other dwarf who sat beside her.
So, what is there to do? Forgive me, I'm not sure where we are.
Well, you're on the you're on the strong arm wall. This is our wall that helps separate some of the forces from getting inside of Hogder. It's kind of a wall we hasn't been quite used for defense for quite a bit, but we keep it here just as a safety precaution.
Well, it's certainly lovely.
It works. Kind of just gives a shrug. Well, if you're not drinking, if you're not eating, we got some games. A lot of the lazy bones around here just lays around, sleep, drink, play on the darts, play some of them board games over there. Rolling dice. A lot of guys here like to gamble. I don't much appreciate it, but whatever passes the time.
So if Hogdor is like a whole day away, why is this place so far?
It's one of the many defenses we have protecting it.
Are there more walls like this inside?
There is another one that's closer to the mountain. This one's more that we know that there's nothing that can be inside these walls unless something comes from the mountain. But all we gotta worry about are the harpies and the those little nasty antlered creatures with the wings.
Ah, yes, we dealt with a few of those ourselves.
Oh, nasty monsters they are.
Uh,
Other than that, usually it's from outside, but gonna be honest with you, not lots have happened in the last few years. Though I don't think anyone's stupid enough to try and attack the home of the dwarves.
I would hope not.
By chance, is there any anyone who is proficient enough in magic to be able to get a message off for us?
Magic. He kind of looks over to another dwarf who's just chatting, and just kind of gives him a slap on the arm. It's like, do you remember the name of that the wizard man that we have at the wall? And the other dwarf goes, I I think your name was and even this guy kind of just stumbles along. And he's like, and then he goes to the next guy next to him, and then it kind of slaps him. I was like, do you remember what the name was? And it kind of like a train, just kind of goes, just kind of going around.
But we could go see him for it ourselves.
If you could just point us in his direction, that would be.
And then as you're saying that, a train comes back.
Comes around.
Yeah, the train comes around to the guy that asked the question.
Yeah, and then
And
somebody
like-
slaps him, and he's like, "Hey, do you know the dwarf?" And he's like, "Oh, of course I know the dwarf's name." So let's complete the full circle for them to remember.
He comes back and is like, oh, that was his name. Jorvin.
Jolvin?
Jorvin.
Can you point us in his direction? We'll go see him after we have bathed ourselves.
Yes. He's a little bit on the western side of the wall, opposite from where we were keeping you guys.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much for your help.
It's got a bit of an office for him. It's a bit of an odd one, but he's a good lad nonetheless.
Wonderful.
Is there anywhere where you can buy herbs and assorted goods like that, or
Like a general store or a apothecary?
No, nothing like that here. We usually get supplies from the city every week or 2 weeks.
Well,
So
thank
nothing
you so
like-
very much.
No worries, alas. Well, he kind of... Ow.
you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. He kind of just gives you a hearty slap on the shoulder. Vishnu's like, well, you all make yourselves comfortable. If you need any help, don't feel free to ask anybody around here.
Thank you so very
Thank you
much
very
once
Oh,
again.
did we ever catch your name?
My name?
Yes.
My name's Dirk.
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 Dirk. Okay.
Well, once again, thank you for helping us get here, and thank you for all the useful information.
Thank you very much, Dirk.
And Vishana will kiss him on the forehead.
I guess go ahead and roll a charisma check.
Hey.
Was his wife watching?
Yeah, his wife is over there like, excuse me,
17.
bitch.
Yeah, you do that very suddenly, and he just kind of just stands there. He just kind of stands there, a little perplexed for a second, and has like a goofy smile on his face for a second. He's like, "Oh, well, if you need anything, don't feel free to come by and see Dirk again, lass."
Will do. Bye now, Dirk.
Yeah, you all have a good day. He kind of walks away, and then you see him walk to another table, and then a bunch of guys just start like immediately just like giving him shoulder punches and ribbing him.
And Vishana will turn back and kind of look at everyone.
Ugh, men.
Oh,
And then
whoa.
Dolkin will look over and be like, "What? What about, man?"
Nothing. Let's just go get bait.
You're the one that kissed him on the forehead.
Yes. Even Angelina's like a little confused. It's like, I'm confused.
I'll tell
Was
you
there
about
something
it
I was
when you're
missing?
older.
I'm older than you.
Shut up.
How old is Angelina?
I'm
Uh,
37.
I think she's 20. She's 23.
Yeah, Vishana's only 17, so.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Tell me, even
Yeah.
Tolkien is older?
Tolkien's like the oldest, I think, isn't he?
Is
No,
he?
no, no. Hank is
Probably.
the oldest.
How,
Yeah,
how old is Dolkeen?
31.
171.
Ah.
You gotta be by like a
Dwarf.
couple years.
Dwarf years.
Yeah. That's like 12 in human years.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It comes.
That's how it works.
It comes back around.
But if you guys so wish, you are free to just use the bathhouses real quick. Just get yourself bathed. There's definitely a female dwarf who's stationed in front of the bathhouses, making sure no men goes into the women's bath and no women go into the men's bath.
Well,
Mhm.
obviously, I assume we're all walking there together.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, unless you want to make it a thing, you're free to just use it and leave.
Well,
Vashana will take note of whose tits float the most.
well, firstly, obviously, while we're walking up, when we all get there, Tolkien will stop Estelar and be like, "Could you I can't go in there with the women. Could you take Ma for me?" And he'll pull Ma off his back and then look at Ma and be like, "All right, you're gonna go with Estelar and she's gonna wash you, okay?"
Want me to wash Ma?
What?
That-
And then he'll look over. He's like, "Well, she's a girl, and I
Vashana,
can't go in."
Vashana will mind link with Estelar and be like, we can just have Angie use magic and clean her up. We don't have to actually wash her.
I like that idea better.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Tolkien
Yeah.
is gonna be very adamant about this.
No.
Are you
Oh.
saying this in front of the female dwarf who's just keeping an eye on the entryways?
Yeah.
Yeah, she immediately, the one she sees the spider and you talking about bringing it in, she just kind of holds up her hands like, "Sorry, love, there'll be no pets inside of the baths.
No, this isn't a pet. This is my mom.
There will be no pets inside the baths.
But how is she gonna get clean?
That's up to
Take
you,
care.
dear. But that's
we'll
up
take
to
care
you,
of
dear.
Dolkin, go get yourself clean.
What about? Can she come in the men's bath?
No, Dolkin, go get yourself clean.
So that's a no for the
Okay.
men's bath.
Dolkin,
No
Ah.
pets inside the baths.
It's all right, Lokin. We'll find another way to clean her later.
we'll make sure she's clean by the time you get out.
I guess Tolkien isn't gonna do the bath. He's gonna.
Tolkien,
If
please.
Ma
No.
has to be dirty.
It's just smell.
Tolkien will be dirty.
Dolkin, go in. We'll make sure she's
Fair
clean by the time you
is
come out.
Fair.
Tolkien, you smell.
Go in,
You are
Dolkin.
making the rest of us upset with your stench. We
Just-
will clean Ma for you as long as you go take a bath.
She will be clean when you come out. We promise.
All right.
Pissing me off with how much you stink.
Well, I mean, if you say so, but if she's not clean when I
We
get out,
promise.
I'm gonna get extra stinky.
It's a
I'm
promise.
gonna roll around in the mud.
Go.
All right, he'll put Ma down. He'll be like, all right, I'll be right on, Ma. Okay, don't like cause a scene. Okay, I know you're gonna want to like run off and like get into some crazy antics.
Ma will wait right here for you, won't you, Ma?
Well, I mean, maybe okay. Well, like definitely not that crazy, Ma, but you can get like a little crazy. Yeah, and then he'll be like, and he'll pat her on the head. He'll be like, okay, I'll be right out.
And as soon as Dolkin goes around the corner, Vashana 180s to Angie.
Prestidigitate the fucking spider.
She already does that. she kind of just waves her hand, and Ma just kind of just like gets all sparkly and clean, and any like dirt and grime that was on here is immediately just gone.
Alright, Mom,
Perfect.
stay here.
I
We're
don't-
gonna
I
go clean.
I don't know why Dolkin has to make it so difficult.
It's because he's a Minotaur.
Is that the reason?
I'm
Because he's a
fairly
man.
certain.
Yeah. Wow, racist and sexist.
Racist and
Vashana.
sexist.
I
love it.
But you got modest stay out because she got the she got the feeling from you that she wasn't allowed inside Dolkin, so she kind of
Might
just
be racist, but at least he respects women's rights.
Hey, Vashana was raised in a matriarchy, okay?
Racism is expected.
and sexism is too. But Ma waits out. Hank, do you go in with Dolkin?
Yeah, I go with Dolkin, and like as we're like heading in, and I was gonna be like, I was like gonna lean into to Dolkin and say, "Thanks for bringing the spider in here."
I'm just very surprised considering I've got more hair than she does. It's like they're letting me in here.
I don't think it's got to do with the hair.
What do you think it
I
is?
think it's-
You guys go into the beds. You see fucking a lot of male dwarves in towels with just
Yeah,
body hair,
just body hair like
beards.
I don't think that it's got to do with the hair.
What do you think it's
But you
got
know
to do
what?
with?
Let's keep it at that.
Well, what do you
It's
think it
just-
is then, Hank?
I'll look up at a Dolky. I don't know, Cow. Maybe it's because it's a giant fucking spider.
No, that couldn't be it.
Nah, it couldn't be.
But you walk in, and the bathhouse for your side Hank and Dolkin is a little bit occupied with about a few dwarves who are just kind of lays around, minding their own business, lazing around. They're like kind of like little stone baskets where you like to put your stuff down and get comfortable. On your side, Eslar, Vashana, and with Angelina, there's just the three of you back there. So yeah, you all collectively get in. Angelina just kind of very very meagerly just kind of gets in with a towel and
I'm
just
going
kind of lays
fucking
it around.
naked.
Oh, same with Vashana.
Ah, okay.
Just very wide spread, just gets in and is like, leans back,
Yeah, get
this
comfy.
is it.
She farts.
It's a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Vashana will get in and it starts bubbling around her, and she stands up and it's still bubbling around her. Okay, that's not me. Sits back down. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's definitely me.
you see that Angelina just like kind of clutching her towel, just slowly sidles one way away from the bubbles.
It's my magic! God.
I just want to make sure it's
God.
preferably over here. Yeah,
Well,
It's-
just be thankful I'm not shocking anyone right now.
that is very nice.
That would be a problem. Considering that it could hurt all
So-
of us.
Well, all of you, I would be okay, but that's...
No, dear.
You wouldn't be okay afterwards.
I can promise you, the initial shock might not hurt you, but the shock of what's to come will.
Are any of the
Fetching.
big bearded dwarves? Are me and Hank talking to the? Can we talk to the big bearded dwarves?
Yeah, if you wanna chat while you're in the bathhouse, you're welcome to.
Of course, because I mean, Dolkeen is gonna want to know like some of the like who these dwarves are as they're like chilling in like the, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna go up to the person who looks the most tired.
That'd be a dwarf. That'd be a dwarf, kind of.
Dwarf
That'd be a dwarf, kind of in the back, who's just kind of like leaning back against some of the rocks that were put in here.
Mm-hmm.
Leaning back against one, like, arms like spread to the side on the edge. He's got a towel over his face, just kind of just laying there.
Yeah, Dolkeen he'll get in the water next to him. Obviously, Dolkeen doesn't have a towel, so why would he? He's got fur everywhere. He doesn't need one. He'll get in, and he'll be dragging Hank with him. Hank has to go where Dolkeen goes.
I do not.
Dolkeen's gonna drag Hank.
Okay. Athletics versus acrobatics, if you wanna.
I will. So
It's slippery in here.
It is,
I would
Guys
like
are going to
to-
fall and bump your head.
It is my best stat after all. So even with disadvantage.
So he could do
And
athletics, I could do acrobatics, right?
Yeah, but you both have disadvantage since you do have levels of exhaustion. So that's an 8 from Dolkin.
Oh! Get the fuck out of here! You're coming with me, Hank.
Uh-oh.
And a natural one from
I
Hank.
was all like, I was like looking at the 7, and I was all like, all right, I literally can't fail this unless I get a natural.
Yeah,
You needed,
only
all
way
you
you
needed
can
was
fail
a
is to get a
2. Even a 2 would have saved you.
Would have saved
Yeah,
me. I had a 1 in 20 chance.
Yeah, you're
So, Hank, as you kind of just strip down, have all your gear and armor just in one of the stone baskets, get a towel. You just kind of start putting your feet inside of the steps leading down to the water. You're like,
yeah. Right as he's getting good.
and then right as you're about to sink into the water, Dolkin just grabs you in his elbow and just lifts you up and pulls you along with him.
Yeah, right as it was about to get good, I had to cuck him, and then Dolkin brings him over to this dwarf who's just sitting very idly and just very tired on the side, and then he just lets Hank get into the water over there. And he gets in the water next to him and he kind of pokes the man, he kind of taps him on the shoulder and he's like, "You okay, bud?"
Yeah, you poke the man on the shoulder, who kind of just slowly lifts his hand up and brings the towel up off his face and looks at you. And he stares at you for a second, sees a minotaur, and then puts the towel back on his face and leans back.
Oh, he's asleep or something? He'll be like,
No, he woke up.
Oh,
No, he
okay.
woke up. He looked at you and then just put the towel back on his face and leaned back
okay.
again.
yeah. Dolkin would be like, "Yeah, I've me and my buddy Hank. Oh, that's Hank, by the way. Say hi, Hank."
Hey.
Yeah, we had a pretty rough day as well. What made you want to come to the bathhouse today? I kind of wanted to come here, but I was more forced to come here. Hell, I couldn't even give me my bathe.
Well, one reason I came to the bath was peace and quiet. And he lifts the towel up off his face again. And right now it's being disturbed by a big cow.
Peace and quiet is not a thing I've heard in this town since we've arrived. I came to the wrong town.
That's why I'm in the bath.
Is it more quiet here in the bath, or is it just as loud?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a lot more quiet. It's a lot more chill in here.
Okay. But
There's noise outside, but it's muffled.
Dolkin will be using his very inside voice. If that is the case, he'll be like, "Well, I just wanted to I just say hi. How's it going? Get to know your name. I mean, I understand that we're all just here to just relax and have a bath, but who says you can't make some friends along the way?" And then he'll hold his hand out.
If I tell you my name, will you stop talking to me?
Depends. Is your name Gravel Muncher? Something hard?
He
He sinks into the water.
Hank Hank, you see this dwarf kind of just sit up, and his head like lolls over to you. He has the expression of like, "Is this guy serious?"
And then I'll give a soft little nod to him with a straight face, like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, the guy just gives a sigh and just kind of puts the towel away. He's like, "Rudrick is my name.
Rudrick?
Rudrick."
Alright, let me write that down.
Meet this guy again.
I like the idea that like fucking Dolkeen, like he's all like, oh okay, let me write that down, and he like pulls out a tiny little notebook
pulls a notepad out of the water, writes on it, puts it back in the water.
And I'm like, where did you get? What? Where'd you put that?
It's a trade secret.
Yeah, don't you know my fur is very hydrophobic, and then he lifts up the fur and he's still stinky.
I'm like, then why are you in here?
Rudrick the Spa Dwarf. That's gonna be your name. I'd be like, and then he'd be like,
your new name is gonna be Rudrick the Spa Dwarf, okay? Oh.
it would just be like, oh, the name's Dolkin, by the way. So how'd you end up
As
here?
I had. That was a guard here for last year or so. I had to fill in a position.
What were you filling in? Were you?
No, a dumbass that got himself in trouble a couple years ago.
Oh, I don't want to get you in trouble, so.
And of course, they had to pick me from a hat, and now I'm talking to a cow inside my bath on my break.
Well, firstly, this has been a wonderful conversation. One thing I can appreciate is that I like that almost every single dwarf I've met so far has called me a cow. Is it like a?
Are you not a cow? Cow?
I wouldn't say I'm not a cow, but I would also say that I'm a Dolkeen.
Alright, Dolkeen. If that's what you'd rather be called.
Oh, no, Hank over there, he calls me that all the time. The only time he's ever, said my name is when he didn't know me, and then, this morning when he woke up and he was so tired he couldn't even open his eyes. I've gotten used to it.
Aye. Well, if that's... And he kind of turns and he looks over to you, Hank, for a second. He actually sees his eyebrows furrow a bit.
Me?
Yeah, towards you.
He's pissed at you.
Whoa.
He hates you.
Yeah, he's
Alright.
like, you said your name's Hank.
Fuck. Fucking Dolkeen.
Have I seen you somewhere before? You look familiar.
I haven't been here in a while. I don't know if you'd know me. I don't think so. I was very in and out of here. Often. Used to work as a courier.
Roll just
a deception.
Yeah, just roll a deception check real quick.
Fuck.
8. I'll just roll a general insight for this guy. Yeah.
Okay. The 7.
He looks at you and just kind of nods like, courier, huh? We don't got a lot of those in the set, eh? Guess you must have been in and out a lot, as you said.
And Dolkeen pipes
Hey.
up. No, Dolkeen's not gonna say anything.
The fucking Dolkeen. Now I can't be Glenn Glimmerby.
Well, no. Only this guy knows.
Yeah,
that.
only to this guy. I can't.
But this guy's gonna talk. The moment you start going around going, I'm Glenn Glimmerbeard. And he's gonna be like, no, you're not.
He'll be like, no, you're fucking not. Your name's Hank. You're a courier. You've been through here in the last few years.
In and out.
Roll me an insight check on this guy real quick.
All of us?
No, just you.
Oh.
The only people who are talking to
Oh
this
my
man.
god.
Oh, look at all
Damn.
those
That's
eights!
eight.
Eight. Even Dolkin's athletics was an 8. You get a look at this guy. You get a sense in the back of your head that you feel like you might have seen this guy somewhere before, but you can't really piece it together. He's kind of got like a face that like that face that like everyone knows. Like that face like if you ask someone about this guy, they probably say they know him. So you can't really pinpoint, but you feel like you might know him from somewhere, but you're not sure.
Turns out this is the guy who killed your friend. Now you're chilling with him.
That'd be super cool.
You're gonna say,
It's like
That-
I was all
that'd
like,
be-
man, you know,
that'd-
be real. I was
That'd
like,
be
man, you know,
pretty. That'd be pretty poggers right there.
Dude, what I
That,
was
my
thinking,
friends, is what I call a serious pork chop.
like as soon as we got in here and we started talking to the dwarves, I sent a message because I'm like, man, imagine if we met Dick in here, and like imagine if like we met the dude who killed Hank's friend, but he doesn't know what he looks like. He
Mhm.
just knows like his name and like and and I was all like, man, just have a fight to the death, like while like maybe fucking something happens outside and Arachnima calls out and
Okay. I don't think we need a whole
Yeah,
summarization
I know.
of what you're thinking
all right.
about.
You can write the
Alright.
fan fiction.
Yeah, I can write the
Chase.
fan fiction where we have a gay.
But you
gay
almost,
sex.
but you almost met Dirk, Dick. Yeah, you met Dirk.
yeah, dirt.
Medder.
You met Dirk.
Yeah.
He was just one letter off.
And this is Rue Dick, basically. So I mean, you almost got him again.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he kind of just looks at you and says, "Well, I guess nice to meet you both. I'm gonna go back to relaxing if you don't mind." And he,
I just have one last question. So you said you've been here for about a year, right?
Oi,
Have you seen any gnomes come through?
I ain't seen any gnomes around here.
Oh, dang.
There, we do have gnomes, a couple that come from the city every now and then, but I ain't seen any since I've been here.
Well, thank you for talking to me. It was nice talking to you, Roderick.
Oi, Dulkin. He every time he says your name, he kind of just puts a little emphasis on it for no reason. He says, "Well, enjoy yourselves," as he kind of just puts his towel back on his face and leans back.
Alright, Dolkin did his bit. So,
Yeah, and for the girls, there's only the 3 of you in the bath. The
No
other
other lady dwarves?
none of the female dwarves seem to be in the bathhouse at this moment.
Vishana, while they're all just kind of relaxing, will kind of look down at her right shoulder and then look over to Estelar and then look back at her shoulder and go, "Alright, I guess I'll be the bigger woman here. Say I'm sorry for being an idiot."
About what?
You know, and she gestures to her shoulder that still has marks from the poison talons that went into her.
the acid talent.
Acid talons.
Apology. I know you didn't mean to do that. But but you know that what you did was not smart. And it did put the rest of us in danger. I don't wish to be mean or to hurt you. But just know that should you ever pull something like that again, you should expect another.
Rip your fucking head off.
Just be careful, Bashana. That's all I want.
I don't know if I can trust you. If I have to be afraid of you killing me.
I'd rather you be afraid of me so that you don't bring any more penitents to us.
That's besides the point, though.
As I said, I do not wish to harm you. I just want you to use your head before you go thinking you can take on the world by yourself.
And I guess that's fine. It still doesn't give me confidence. I guess it's better than nothing.
We are here, Vishana. If there is something you need, you can ask us. We are a team, you know. There's no need for you to think that you have to do everything yourself.
I get
Okay.
that, but and she kind of rubs the back of her shoulder. I've never had a friend attack me before.
You've never had a sibling, have you?
No,
That would explain a lot.
I was pretty much raised on my own for most of my life.
What do you mean on your own?
When I awakened to my magical abilities, my mother sent me off to the coast, where I lived by myself, on my own, in the wilderness until I was maybe 13 or so. I later found out she had someone watching me, but I never knew that they were there. So I've been alone, except for Kiel, for most of my life. I was only 4 when I awoke.
Your mother sent you off on your own when you're only 4?
It was the safest way to contain my magic.
That doesn't sound quite safe
That-
to me.
Like poggers.
She had someone watching me in case something severely life-threatening were to happen, but
you actually see like Angelina kind of just like not sure how to respond to that. She's just kind of like, oh, and by the way, she is shoulder length in the water. She is like only has her head above the water right now.
Well,
Where the titties?
Bashana's titties are like floating up, and she has to push them down every so often.
Then, you see, when my pastor would act up and do things like that, of course, I beat the shit out of him as well.
yeah.
It was part of the course. The two of us just going at it. You know how it is with siblings.
No,
I-
she
I
doesn't
really
know how it is.
I've-
In fact, SLR, she has no idea how it is.
Those were the wrong words. Hold on, I
I-
chose the wrong.
I really don't.
Wait.
And
You want to rephrase, Estelar?
And in my family, whenever there was a dispute or some sort of conflict, we sat down and talked it out. We didn't hit each other.
And of course, Mama and Papa they would always try to stop us, but children are
I mean, Estelar's not entirely wrong. I used to do something similar with my younger brother when I was growing up.
You're the younger brother, Angelina.
Yeah. Back at my home.
Must be nice.
He was hot-headed a lot and got into fights with a bunch of the neighborhood boys and always broke things in the house.
That is exactly how my brother was as well.
Little brothers.
Big brother to me, but I mean, I probably cannot.
No, Westlar, you're 5 seconds older than your
I am
brother.
5 seconds older than my brother.
And Vashana just kind of rubs the back of her neck. The only person I've ever really had in my life like that be Samiris. But, I've told you how she sees me.
Oh, the woman that you mentioned before.
The love of my life. But, you can see where that has brought me.
Well, hopefully you can impress her, I suppose.
It's kind of hard to impress a woman who's... what was she? 50? 60 years my senior?
Was she also an elf?
Yes.
I see.
So it's very hard to impress her. Most things I do she sees as childish.
Well, we are all still pretty young, and to an elf it can probably seem childish, maybe. They live very different lives than us.
I know. I suppose that's completely beside the point. All I'm trying to say, Estelar, is I would appreciate it if you would make an exception for me and not use physical violence.
Yes, yes, alright. I understand where you're coming from, but, it probably would not be good for team morale if you just resorted to hurting people if they did something dumb.
Yeah. Of course.
Though, and Angelina kind of looks to you, Vashana is like, though that also means you need to talk to us more when you go off and do something. You can't just go off without telling us what you're doing, and then not talk to us when you're going to do something.
Alright, Again, that is on me. I haven't had many people to talk to, and the one person who I do talk to already knows what I'm going to say before I say it, so... Yeah,
Good feeling, too.
that's on me.
But of course, should it be very bad, like very, very severe, I might think about it. But I will play nice.
Thank you. That's all I can ask. I just... This is gonna sound kind of stupid, but I was a little afraid of you there for a while.
Nothing to do. Well, wait, hold on.
Good.
Yeah, just say
Good.
good.
As I said, I'd much rather you be afraid of me than of those Territons.
Well,
That's why you might think twice.
the Parringtons are just as terrifying.
That's no good.
Is that making you think twice?
I mean, those motherfuckers could fly as fast as I could. Like, that shit is scary. Do you know how many people I've met who can fly as fast as I can?
Not a
Shit
lot?
is insane.
None!
Oh.
Surely not true. I'm sure you've met some things that can fly as fast as you.
Not
hey,
people or things that want to kill me.
Oh, hey, Adult Red Dragon with a fly speed of 80.
Oh, even better!
And just for the joke, because you mentioned it before, Vashana. All of you go ahead and roll Constitution checks.
Constitution.
The girls roll Constitution checks.
That's me.
Oh my god. That's the
The gir-
second nat 20 in a row.
Hank, are you a girl?
Oh.
You
Well,
know,
these are Hank's titties.
these are Hank's titties.
Not some
These are
Zombies.
Hank's eyes. Okay, so they roll twice.
That's fine.
So as you guys are sitting there, one reason Angelina might be under the water is because hers might float a little more than yours.
Vashana just looks at the two of them, jealousy burning behind her eyes.
What are you talking? Those aren't sacks of fat. That's pure muscle right there.
Yeah, these are pure muscle.
It's a pure rock hard muscle right here.
It's like kill a man with these.
Looking at both of
Squeeze him
them.
until his head pops.
Which one?
Yeah, yeah. You're also looking. There might be there's a lot you didn't notice about Angelina with her wearing very loose robes. We'll leave it at that.
Vashana
She's been a man this whole time.
curious.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Matt?
Vashana is curious.
Oh. Monkey brain activate.
Monkey brain sees stimuli.
Neuron activation. But you guys all have a relaxing time in the water. You guys, go ahead, since you guys are lazing around and relatively doing nothing. You guys go ahead and take another level of exhaustion off of you,
Hey, let's
just
go.
from resting in the bath. And as you guys come out, you feel definitely very much refreshed. Angelina also took the courtesy of just using prestidigitation on everyone's clothing, so they were, so they smell nice, and whatever, build up over all the traveling you guys have done and, washed away. And you guys all come out, and you spend the rest of the day relaxing, so just go ahead and each of you tell me, if there's anything in particular you're wanting to do while at the dwarf wall.
I don't know if anyone else will join me, but I am going to go see Jorvin.
Jorvin?
Yes, the
Want to go see
wizard.
Jorvin?
Yes.
Dolkin had no intentions to go see Jorvin, so sadly Dolkin will not be joining for Jorvin.
Angelina will join you. Will join you.
Wunderbar.
Anyone else want to join?
I'm
going to
actually
see
gonna hang
Jorvin?
out and make some potions and/or poison.
Dolkin
okay.
was gonna go and look around for things that were starting to grow.
I
Okay.
imagine Hank wouldn't want to do anything in here, and he just wants to just quickly move on because he's like, I don't know, he might not want to be in a dwarven town for long.
Join me in the room and you can watch me make poisons.
Might as well get some more poison.
Okay, so you want to help out Esler with making poison?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do the small stuff real quick. So, Dolkin, you're wanting to look for new stuff that's growing?
Mm-hmm. Either any plants that SR can turn into poisons, or just things that I can bring back to Audrey at the whatever that name of the store is.
Well, now that the season has changed.
Oh.
Well, now that the season has changed and it's no longer snowy, it's no longer Arctic ingredients. Now there are forest ingredients to find.
Oh.
So,
finally.
go ahead and roll a survival check
Oh.
outside.
Well, considering I still have disadvantage,
I'll say being well.
Oh,
He had
wait,
three.
He had
Oh.
3 levels of exhaustion. I'll say you'll be spending the rest of the day, so just do a straight roll.
Just a straight
doing
roll?
this, yeah.
Oh,
Never
my
mind.
God, it doesn't matter.
Yikes. You don't have
Dolkin, you may have taken a bath, but you got a bad crick in your neck, God, it is not comfortable at all.
There was no towel to completely like dry him off, so Dolkin's just hairs in his eyes. He just can't see anything.
Yeah, he's just going outside, hair in your eyes, just looking around. I don't see the forest.
Yeah, Dolkin is like reaching around. He's like, Hank, are you still there? Hank?
Oh no.
Oh jeez. Oh no.
Doesn't talk.
So, that good attempt, but
It was not a good attempt. It was, in fact, the worst attempt I could have done.
I tried to make sure that you didn't roll in that one with disadvantage, but it happened regardless. So, SLR, you want to make poisons, and Hank, you want to assist her.
Yeah,
So
I'll
you-
assist while I'm making.
Okay, so you can go ahead and do that with make a poison with advantage. What are you specifically trying to make into a poison?
I have quite a few plants in here. I have Arctic creepers. I've got a lot of those. I've got wild sage. Well, we'll get to the wild sage root. Frozen seedlings. But the one that I want to use is the. Fuck, where did it go? it was here. It was the one that. Where the fuck is it? I just had it. Anyway,
Did I ever? I think was it like fiend? Was it fiend's ivy that you wanted to try using?
I sold that.
Right. I know you guys found something that was pretty rare coming here.
She found it. I didn't. I'm sucking acid finding anything.
I swear, I
Was
think
it,
Roll20 just deleted it out of my inventory because I went to move it and now I don't see it anymore.
Was it fennel silk that you got?
No, it was
It might have just been the frozen seedlings.
I do have frozen seedlings. The one that I was looking at though that I wanted to use was that you add it to an existing poison and it reduces the target's movement speed by 10 feet for like a minute or something. That's the one that
that's frozen seedlings.
Oh, that's frozen seedlings?
Yeah, that's frozen seedlings.
Oh, okay. Can I add that to an existing poison, or do I make a new poison?
I do have an Arctic Creeper.
You have an Arctic creeper poison?
Yeah, I do have the Arctic Creeper poison that you made forever ago.
You haven't used it yet.
Do you want to add that to the Arctic Creeper?
Yeah, I'll add that to the Arctic creeper.
Okay. I'll say the DC will be a little higher. But if you manage to do that, the DC for the poison will go up by 4.
Poggers. Okay.
Whoa.
So go ahead, roll roll poisoner's kit with advantage. Natural 20. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Big.
So so you spend the day, and with Hank's help, and Hank, you've dealt with poisons before, and you know for the most part how they're kind of made. So you use that expertise to help her a little bit. So yeah, go ahead and add that frozen seedling poison to the Arctic Creeper poison. So now it will be a DC 16 for the poisoned effect for a Constitution saving throw. And remember, I believe you made it a necrotic damage for the poison.
Yeah.
Cold.
I did.
Was it cold or necrotic damage that you did for
It
the?
says 2d4 cold DC 14.
Because I made one that was cold and then one that was necrotic.
I have the necrotic one.
Yeah,
okay.
I gave the other one to Gene.
Okay, so Chase, go ahead and with the DC for that, change that. I believe it was 12 that I made that, and make it
It was
16.
14 last time.
Was it 14? Okay, then make it 16.
Okay.
Make it 16. And you do have it written down that is a Constitution saving throw, correct?
I did not.
It is a Constitution saving throw. So make sure to write that down.
Okay.
And also add that the target's movement speed is reduced by 10 when poisoned for 1 minute. And you know what? Just because, go ahead and change that dice to 3d4 instead of 2d4.
Is it because of that
Huh?
20 or?
Yeah, I'm gonna give that nat 20, make it 3d4 instead. Make it a more
So
make it a more potent
so
poison.
3d4 cold, movement speed reduced by 10 for 1 minute, DC 16 and a con save.
I believe I also made it an additional damage based off the what you used for it. I think it should have been like 3d4 plus wisdom for the damage.
I will
I can
check
add that.
my.
I think I made it, or did I just make it 3d4?
I just wrote 3d4.
Mine just has 2d4. Mine doesn't have any bonuses, so.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh no, I remember that. That's for healing stuff specifically.
Because I've got.
Okay. Yeah. So
Like-
3d4 cold damage for that.
Okay.
Very nice.
I don't know if you would allow me to do another one, but
I'll go ahead and say, which one are you doing?
I
Yeah,
actually
cool.
have I have a healing one, the wild sage root. I can use to make a healing potion, or I can improve healing potions by 2d4 plus my alchemy modifier. So
I think it's only if you correctly make it that it can be a 2d4. It doesn't add.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there are specifically ones with effects and modifiers, and the modifiers can be added to other existing poisons or potions.
Okay, so
I'll say with an at 20, you finish that relatively quickly. So if you want to make a this time not with disadvantage, not with advantage because I give the advantage because Hank's profession, he's a little more knowledgeable with poison. So I'll just say do another survival check, or no, an herbalism kit. And use your wisdom for that. Okay, 13. Yeah, easy enough. So you take the rest of the day after finishing up the poison very quickly, and you go ahead and give yourself a healing potion for 2d4 plus 5. Yeah, this one's a fairly easy one to make. Yeah, while you're making, you know that it's a common one that your father uses a lot to make potions in the circle.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
That's all I
Okay.
got.
All right, so now we move on to Angelina and Vashana, who you want to go see. Jorvin.
Yeah, well, while they do that, I also need to go pee. So while they have their fun doing more stuff.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break real quick
Okay,
while
we'll
they
do that.
while we go do that. Alrighty, who's back?
I'm back.
Ah,
I never left.
Oh,
taking a second to get myself some munchies.
I got a Kit Kat.
I got myself a chicken Caesar wrap.
Oh, hell yeah. That sounds awesome.
I ordered me a Subway. So.
The way you said it, I was about to ask, "What's a Subway?" That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Hope you guys are having fun so far. Just a nice, relaxing session so
I'm
far.
gonna say, very nice and chill. A big change from the last couple of sessions that we did.
Yeah. I figured you guys might need a bit more of a nice, relaxing session.
Nice vacation.
Still would enjoy a little bit of combat, but that's just...
That's fair. Don't worry, that might come in the future, maybe.
I return.
Like combat, but it's like we're doing beach volleyball instead.
Wait, what did I miss? What did I just hear?
roll
Beach
for
volleyball.
roll for initiative for beach volleyball.
All right, I'm down for this. Dolkin will win. He's basically, if him and S are on the same team, we're just better than everyone.
I mean, if you guys want to, like, you can make up whatever you want, and then we can go off that. I'd be fine for that.
Beach volleyball? I mean, Dolkin would be down to try whatever beach and volleyball is.
Also Also interesting to find out that Angelina is the quote-unquote biggest of.
I was surprised that she was the bustiest.
She wears you wouldn't tell from her very loose robes. But you guys wouldn't realize once undressed, you'd be like, huh.
Wow.
Just like a
those.
just like a double take, like whoa.
Man, I just remembered a line that I like wanted to use.
Yeah, what's that?
What's that?
It was when Vishana mentioned like being afraid of Astelar. And then
you mean good, you should be.
it was a quote that like that in my mind canonically her father has said to her at some point, and it's that the best leaders know how to instill just the right amount of fear in the people around them.
Ooh.
Damn, I should have used that line.
You should have.
Should have. It would have, like, changed Vishana's entire outlook on you.
Well, maybe another time.
In a good or bad way, we don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, you don't know.
But,
sometimes I forget. I'm also a DM, so I like to keep my stuff secret.
Did Ma get into any crazy antics while we were in the bath? Or this is important, Isaiah. Not that any of this is like canon, because Jace isn't here yet. So.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here
okay.
now.
But did she get into any crazy antics while we were in the bath?
I can roll a d20 right now and see if she did.
All right, yeah. Let's see if she got into some crazy antics, and then Dolkin had to solve that problem.
The most that happened was that some two female dwarves who were actually coming to the bath and to laze around got scared off by Ma.
Good.
Who then saw them running away and started chasing after them a bit before being called back by the desk lady.
Good. All right.
Nearly getting a broom pulled on her.
You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad she got up into some wacky antics.
Oh, also, Brandon, I never told. I told the others what that goop was. I don't know if you ever, if I ever told you what that goop was.
I don't think so. What is that?
It's demon ichor.
Demon ichor.
Yes. If you touch it, I roll a D100, and depending on what the number is, it can alter your body if you fail a Constitution save, which is what would have happened if you failed the con save when holding onto Tangarth.
You think it would have? You think even if you morphed Dolkin anyway, that would have stopped him from letting go of his brother?
No.
Well, I mean,
you would have had to rip my fucking hands off.
I was gonna say, what if it morphed in a way that
there is one where I think your the target's hand grow claws would be used as daggers.
What if it morphed Tangarth, like it morphed Dolkin with Tangarth?
no. That there is one that could affect you. One of them could have turned your arms into tentacles, Brandon.
Oh fuck.
Well, that easier to grab.
Easier
really.
to grab. More surface area.
Less emotional than holding onto someone's cheeks, but I guess it still gets the job done.
Can we? I know. We'll probably never try this. Why don't you try to turn it into a poison, Crystal? You could have like.
What, the goop?
Should
It's
put
because I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and
in character, you guys don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but you do have vials of it.
I'm
I
surprised.
do. I do have a vial of it.
I'm surprised you
And
didn't try.
And if you want, you can test to see what they do. But I mean, I get the feeling you guys already know what they do based on like how the skeletons were morphed and disfigured
Yeah.
and swimming in that shit.
Dolkin has a vague idea considering you fucking touched it and then he had to make a con save.
Yeah, you definitely know that there's some effect with that goop, but you were able to say fuck it.
So, I mean, I'm just surprised you didn't even try. You didn't even like. You wanted to instead put seeds in a cup.
Did he
I
ever
did.
pass the
And
con
it-
save?
And it made a super good poison.
You did make a
Yeah.
super actually good poison.
Yeah, he passed the con save, Chase.
Oh, okay.
So I was
It's a very low one, but if you do fail, it's permanent until you can get it removed via spells.
Maybe I want tentacle hands.
Say, maybe I want tentacle hands.
Yeah, come on, Isaiah.
I mean, if you want, I can roll a D100 to see what would happen if you did fail.
Actually, you know what? Sure. What would have happened if Isaiah?
What would have happened? Let's
What-
see.
yeah,
Roll a
let's see.
D100.
Unless you want me to roll a D100.
I already rolled.
Okay.
The target's eyes turn black and it gains dark vision out to a range of 120 feet.
Oh my
That would have been
god.
very beneficial.
Good.
That would be extremely good, but it would also make Tangar kind of scary. Or Dolky kind of
We'll just
scary.
put some sunglasses on him. You'll
Mm.
never see.
Yeah, you would just have black soulless eyes forever.
Oh God! Wait,
Be
forever.
able to see in the dark.
Yeah, it is permanent unless you get it removed
Oh,
by
shit.
magic.
So I mean, that would have been beneficial, but I mean, I guess it would have taken away some of the emotion from the scene.
Hello, I'm Token.
You just-
see everything. I see only darkness.
Hey guys, it's Dolkin. I see everything. It's all darkness. There's no hope. And then it becomes a
There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
Only darkness.
Only the void.
My new name's Ace Shadowfall. Ugh.
Fucking Ace, my god.
It's-
The fucking most unabashedly edgy NPC Will ever made.
Actually, he's not an NPC anymore.
Nah,
Oh
Chase-
yeah, because you took Ace.
Now he's a
Ace Darkfall.
PC.
Okay, let me change that. The most unabashedly edgy PC there is now.
Can't believe we still haven't finished Will's campaign. It's been like a year. He just hasn't. I don't know what he's like waiting for.
I'm pretty sure he's lost motivation for it.
Mm.
I mean,
Hmm.
About working on the
No, no, no,
fallout.
no, no.
He's working.
We
on
We
the
just talked to him
Fallout,
about it
right?
last night. Me and Ryan talked to him about it last night, and he said he's just trying not to fuck it up. He is working on it though.
What
He
is
said he was actually like working on it recently, but he just really doesn't want to like mess it up.
Mm. He should just like not care if he fucks up, because if he fucks up, it could be funny, and then he could turn that fuck up into like a not fuck up later.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, he could give it a good ending with how nonsensical and making no sense everything else has been in that game.
Nonsensical, and how much nothing made sense.
I just
Yeah.
can't wait for Tim to fully evolve in his campaign and become a tree.
Oh, that's how Tim ends. Becomes a tree.
He goes back to the tree that he grew up at and
Mhm.
becomes that tree.
And then a seedling is born from that tree, and now Now it's no longer Tim cubed. It's God. What comes after fucking cubed?
To
Cute.
the fourth power.
Yeah. Now it's Tim to the. Yeah. Now.
Quadded.
Quad stacked.
Quadded.
Oh yeah. So now it's Tim quad stacked.
Tim to the tree power.
Well,
Ooh.
now now we're on Tim to the third power, and then we're gonna be on Tim to the fourth power, and it's a constant cycle.
he becomes Tim Algebra.
God, Tim is the worst character I've ever made,
Like
but I
Tim,
love
but with,
him.
like a pi symbol, just the pi symbol.
Arguably the best character.
All he is a big, gross bugbear who grew up in the woods.
He grew up in the woods, and he's got really long arms.
He's just really smelly and gross. That's it. And for some reason, Will was like, this guy. He needs a backstory and
the
needs to be
one.
the main character.
This is the one. He's perfect.
He's perfect for me to dump everything on.
What are you eating, Isaiah? I need to know.
I am reading a Chicken Caesar. I just immediately forgot the name of what the fuck this thing is called.
Chicken Caesar wrap.
Chicken Caesar
Salad?
wrap.
Oh,
Chicken Caesar wrap.
I thought you lost the name of a leaf. Oh fuck! What's this green shit?
Salad.
What's this green? It's a green.
Lettuce, spinach,
God, fucking.
asparagus.
Yo, man, what's that green crunchy water called? But I forgot. I forgot what it's called.
Yo, what's that crunchy thing that tastes like vinegar?
What?
Oh shit.
Wait, what crunchy thing that tastes like vinegar? You mean like?
Oh, yeah,
you mean
right.
you mean like them salted cucumbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they're called.
I think they're called pickles.
Nah, I think you're talking about the Pringle.
That's a dumb name. Yeah, those are chips. What are you talking about?
That was a funny name.
Cucumber chips. Salted cucumber chips.
Anyways,
Oh yeah. No, I just want to say one more thing about the Wheels games. Like, the funniest thing that I remember just being like, why'd you say this? Was just the fact that Will is like, oh, we need to go and find this egg of the worm god, and then we find the egg of the worm god, and the worm god's like, hey, that's my egg, make sure nothing happens to it. And then one of the fucking guard guys is like, oh, hey, weird thing, I'm gonna make it disappear. And he's like, hey, Will, is there any way to stop him? No. Can we say something? No. Can we get his attention so he stops? No, he's already doing it. So it's just gone now. Yep. All right.
I don't even remember that. So, was that when
That was after the cave of
Oh.
endless tunnels.
Yeah.
And also after the guys that we killed and didn't matter, and you can't torture them because they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, you guys ready to continue?
I'm here.
I'm solid.
I'm just gonna be munching while playing, so just bear with me. Alright, so Angelina and Vashana went to go find Jorvin. What they have learned by going to find him being a little bit of an oddball amongst the dwarves here. He's a dwarf himself, but everyone's when explaining him have been very vague in explaining him. Just saying that he's odd, but the general consensus being he's odd, but he's a good cookie.
He's a bit slow, is what they mean. He's one of those people.
probably not,
get-
since
I
he's
get-
a wizard.
No, that's the bit. That's
But
the,
you guys-
That's the bit.
But you take a walk down the wall, realizing that there's the initial wall, and then each section kind of has like buildings that connect with one another, but you have to go outside and travel along the wall a bit away. It's further down the wall, about an hour away to the to the next part. There are little stations of guard towers between there, but you get around there and you start asking about Jorvin, and everyone kind of points you to the opposite end of the building and up a flight of stairs onto the second floor. And when you go up there, it's pretty barren and empty. Not a lot going on up there. Seems to not be a lot, but you notice that there's one door that kind of just has like black markings like around the edge, and you see like several different cracks inside of it. And you see a sign on the door that is ripped to shreds, but it's still hanging on the door. And you see just D and then Tur.
Vashana looks at it and goes, I think it's supposed to say do not enter.
I got the feeling as well.
And she'll knock on the door.
Yeah, the moment you knock on the door, you hear a ha! And then boom! You hear like an explosion in the back behind the door that just kind of shakes, and the door kind of folds in outward before going back in. And then you sit there as like smoke bellows out very slowly as the door slowly kind of just starts falling forward towards you guys.
Yeah, I just take a step back.
Yeah, Angelina does the same as it crashes to the ground and say, "Fuck, not again!" Who the fuck is there?
Victor, is that you?
Who the fuck is Victor?
Out of character.
Yeah, what you see is you see a cloud of black smoke as you see hobbling out is a dwarven man, like kind of hunchback, using a cane, kind of walking out with a long ass white beard and a bald head with only a few strings of white hair on top of his head. And he has you look at him and he's got kind of a bug eye that you notice is a glass eye with another regular eye. And he kind of just walks out. He's covered in just black soot all across his body, and just got. Did you not read the sign? It said do not enter!
We didn't enter.
Did you not read the sign? He kind of says, like, slowly picks up the door.
We didn't
Don't
enter.
bother me!
Excuse me,
Who are
Jordan,
you? Speak up, lass! I can't hear you very well!
And Vashana just takes a moment, clasps her hands together, and just goes, Alright, listen up, you fucking deaf dwarf!
Okay, jeez, you don't need to shout. You don't need to talk so loud. Inside voice, dearie.
We are looking for someone by the name of Jorvin. You're him, yes?
Yeah, I'm Jorvin. What do you need?
We need you to send a message.
Well, why did you say so? Come in, come in. He kind of just like hobbles inside his workshop
Oh my
as
God.
he's just kind of waving his hand around and letting out the smoke that is filtering into the hallway now.
Yeah, Vashana's just gonna walk in, just covering up her nose and mouth with her robe.
Yeah, just, Angelina would just have, like, prestidigitation, just like a small gust that blows out the smoke away from your mouth. And hers, too, as you guys walk in. What you see is the equivalency of a madman's workshop. You see just vials and sets everywhere. You see papers and a newly exploded desk sitting in the middle of the room that has black marks all over it and a bit of fire coming up off the coming off a piece of wood that the Jordan just goes by and just starts stepping on to put it out. So you need old Jordan to send you a message somewhere?
Yes, if that's possible.
Of course it's possible. Who do you think I am?
I think you're a crazed old fuck.
He looks at you and doesn't say anything. He's like, "Would be the first person who said that."
And I doubt I'll be the last.
I hope so. He kind of just goes and grabs a chair from one end of the room and kind of just picks it up and sets it down and sits in front of you guys. And he's like, "So you need me to send a message somewhere? Where do you need it sent?"
Yes, do you happen to know of Archmage Wallace Cromwell?
Cromwell! The old
son of
bastard
a
hasn't
bitch!
seen me in
Aw.
30 years! He's left me here by myself!
I'm glad he hates him. That makes me happy.
Yes, we need to get a message to him. We're his current students.
He looks at you and just holds up his cane. He's like, "You're students of his? Answer me this! What does that man have that I don't? Why does he get to have a high standing in a palace while I'm stuck at a guard station here? Frankly, I feel as if it is undeserved."
Probably it's his, sense of regality as well as his common sense and personal positive behavior and the lack of explosions.
Bah, that's what make all good wizards. You should know
Vashana-
that. He points a stick towards Angelina, who's kind of just staying there.
Lashana turns to Angie and just kind of goes, "I don't think I've seen a single explosion come off of this woman."
Yeah, and Angelina says like, what's magecraft without a few mistakes and things going wrong? I suppose. Exactly.
Anyways, can you send a message or should we look elsewhere?
Fine, I suppose I can. And he kind of just like goes rummaging around. He's like, "Where did I put that thing?" He kind of just goes around, starts smacking around things. He sees a vial that has a mysterious liquid. He's like, "Oh, I don't need this anymore." He throws it to the side. It breaks on the ground, and a puddle of it just starts eating through the wood, and just makes a hole in the ground.
That's another reason why. Anyways,
The boys will be able to fix that later. I need a new door anyways now. Ah, here it is. As he pulls at a spell scroll, it's like, "I haven't used this in quite a while. We haven't need to since there have been no attacks here for a while." And he sets down a spell scroll and shows it to you, and you guys know that it's sending.
wonderful.
It'll be a bit of a fee. These don't come cheap now, lass.
How much?
For you? No, you're students of Cromwell. Does that give a discount, or do I charge extra? He's saying all this in front of you guys.
And Shauna will mind link with him and go, and in his mind will say, "I promise to tell him to write if you give it to us at a discount."
Yeah. Ah, who's that? He kind of looks around, and you see him grab his cane, the top of his cane, the bottom of his cane, and he pulls out a sword from it and starts pouring it around the room. Who's there? What spirit has come to haunt me this time?
I am the ghost of wizards past.
So it is true. My prayers have finally been answered, and I have been beckoned.
I come bearing a message. Give the beautiful girls the spell scroll for free, and good fortune will come your way.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Deception? Persuasion or deception?
You're about the same.
Yeah,
I'll just do one.
you know, yeah. Do deception with advantage.
Hey, here we go. Hey, yeah, 23.
Yeah, you see him put the sword back in his cane, and he kind of like, finally, things are looking up for old Jorvin. He puts the scroll in your hand, which I say, take it, and be off with you.
Oh, we don't owe you anything?
No,
Oh,
I got a call from the cosmos. Things are finally going to come up looking good for Jorvin.
great.
I hope he actually does get some good karma from this, Isaiah. I hope we see him
I
later.
hope so as well. Make something good happen to Jorvin for this.
Thank you.
Actually-
I really appreciate it.
You know what?
Here, I can't just not pay for this. And Vashana puts her 9 silver on the whatever's in front of her.
He just has his hand out from when he gave you the scroll.
Yeah, and she just puts her 9 silver in his hand.
Oh, he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, you're a kind woman. You're a kind young lady. Yes, you are.
Things
Much
are
kinder than that old crone Cornwell is.
things are certainly looking up for Jorvin, aren't they?
Yes. Would you like anything? I have snacks if you would like them.
No, we're quite all right. We just had a full breakfast.
Ah, yes. Those. Oh, I'll tell you, those breakfasts. They may be good, but the bathrooms afterward, they don't look so good.
Right. Once again, thank you, and good luck on your replacement door.
And she turns and mind links with Angie and goes, run!
yeah. She just backpedals out of the room, just nodding to you, and Jordan just kind of waves his hand, saying, "Goodbye, young ladies. It's nice getting company."
I hope he somehow ends up in Nazrul before we get there. And he's in the capital. And he's like the new head mage. That's what I want.
Yeah. I'm overthrown
Please.
Cromwell, that old asshole. I'm the new Archmage here.
That's what
I always knew I was better than him. I sure showed him.
I really hope that's the good karma that he gets from this.
It's fucking better not be.
I thought of this character while making this swallow. I'm like, I hope they ask about someone like this here. I hope.
Oh, he is literally just Victor from campaign 1 of Critical Role.
Yeah.
And now we gotta move him to Nazrul. Now he's gonna be the new head archmage.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see him in Nazrul.
My question is, was he making black powder?
Roll an intelligence check since you kind of like left the room in a hurry.
5.
You're not sure what he was working on in there. He had
Yeah.
a mixture of like a bunch of different vials that probably shouldn't be together. Kind
Out
just
of
swing
character, was he making black powder?
I'm not gonna say what he was making.
Damn.
He's got a specialty, and I'm not gonna say what that specialty is.
Fair enough.
He was the first person to ever invent pop rocks. That's just what he was making.
He's gonna be the first artificer. Oh, he's making a gun.
Oh, thank God. He better be.
What? How do you think Grunch Crumpus got all his stuff?
Oh shit! You tell me
For
he's
his
in
new-
cahoots with this man.
For his neutral
Maybe.
special,
Full
he
duo.
wields a gun.
What do you think of this? I called it M16. A little bit of a weird name, but I think it fits.
What do you think of this? I like to call it a M1 Garand. It makes a funny sound. King!
Yeah, in fact, there's no metal in there that makes it. It's automatic. So he makes the noise. Whenever the gun is empty, it's his voice that comes out of the gun.
Use his thaumaturgy just to make a ping sound.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a spell scroll of sending from.
Yeah, Vashana will go back to the rest of them.
Yeah, Angelina on the way back is just like, I have never heard anything about that man from Master Cromwell.
We're never going to speak of it ever again.
And I think I know for good reason why.
Yes, we're never going to speak of him to anyone, ever.
Indeed.
Also, I'm pretty sure he believes that my voice... It doesn't sound the same when I'm in Mind Link for some reason.
You know, She just puts a hand on your shoulder. He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he might be crazy.
Yeah, no, fucking yeah. What was your first fucking clue?
You questioning the fact
That was
he didn't
rhetorical. That was rhetorical.
understand. Can we just get this back to the others?
Yes, yes, immediately.
So, Angeline and and Vashana come back to you guys eventually after you all do your things. Dolky and kind of just hang out with. What would you be doing? Would you be hanging out with Eslar and Hank, or would you be doing your own thing?
I think after Dolkeen fucked up trying to find some cool plants and things that he could like bring back to Nazriel and, sell off. He definitely wouldn't go back to the. There's no other like shops here, right? Or
No, there's not any real shops here.
well, yeah. If that were the case, he's got no one in particular he wants to talk to. Definitely has no interest in talking to Jorvid. So he
But he's so
probably.
nice.
Yeah, but he did. But Dolkeen doesn't know that. Dolkeen doesn't know that. Again, if I can't like look for herbs again, if I can't just like hang outside and look for like cool stuff with Ma or just hang out with her, then
Would you do that? Would you do that in like the sort of the lounge area with all the other dwarves, or?
I would definitely want to be like near where we like rested in case like people came back and they needed Dolkeen. Like if he just spent all his time outside and then they were like, oh, by the way, your friends got killed, I'd be like, no, shit.
Okay, fair enough.
So just be in like the waiting room. If there's any like dwarves there that like want to like that are like sitting around, he'll definitely like be playing with moss. So if they were curious as to why Dolkeen was playing with a big spider, he's like,
So you all get back together with Vashanda and Angelina coming back with a scroll in hand.
oh, I think I'm lagging.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
did you try and say something?
No, I just took a breath. Is all.
Oh, okay.
Just a sigh.
Okay, it sounded like someone was trying to say something, but they got cut out.
Oh no, I was just doing a sigh.
Okay, so y'all have a spell scroll sending if you wish
Yeah.
to. Send that
Vashana will come back to the rest of the group and just. Well, we're never going back there again, and we're never going to talk about it again. But we got this.
Problem.
On a scale of 1 to 10 on how crazy he was a 37.
Yeah. In fact,
Pretty
that's just kind of
crazy.
how those visit types seem to be.
Well, Master Cromwell is maybe a 9 compared to him.
Yeah, I've seen a lot from Master Cromwell, and that was that man was a lot.
I convinced him that I was a god.
I don't know. I mean, that Cromwell guy. I mean, have you heard any of his jokes? He's like he's pretty crazy.
It's just dad jokes that they're just really shitty. You get used to them.
Excuse me, what?
I enjoy his
they were
jokes.
they were funny.
It reminds me of Papa.
Anyways,
Oh.
thanks to this, and she pulls out the spell scroll, we can contact anyone who we have met previously. It's a little bit limited as to what we can say, but we can send a message and let them know as to what we now know about and she looks around the room and sees the other dwarves in the room and just, you know what?
You don't want to. I mean, don't you want to say like, hey, we got like good news, or I guess bad news? What news would we really say it is?
Life-threatening news?
So is that like good or?
I would put it in the realm of
Or like-
terrible to
Oh, okay.
awful.
Okay, so we'll say we have bad news. We don't. Again, we gotta preface it.
Well, let's not even waste time, or specifically words, saying we have bad news. Let's just kind of get to the point. As we
Send it
only
to
have...
Valis or just directly to the prince, so?
That is what I wanted to ask all of you. I only know Master Cromwell. I don't know the prince so that well. I know him well enough to send the message, but again, it would be more wise to have someone who knows him better send a message to him.
I mean, I've worked beside Master Cromwell and the Prince for a few years now, so I should be able to do that.
What am I even thinking? And Vishana will hand the scroll over to her. Why don't you just copy that down in your spell book, and it'll make life easier?
Oh, that's right. I was so caught up in the moment, I didn't even think about that. Let's see. That depends. How much gold would it take for a 3rd level spell?
300.
She does not have that.
Unless, what type of wizard is she?
She's a lore master. Let's see. Let me just look at the wizard thing real quick. They don't really get.
Let's see.
I would love to offer to chip in, but we have a debt to pay
Yeah,
off.
So you find a wizard
each level-
spell of 1st level or higher.
For each level of spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold. The cost represents materials.
Yeah.
For
So...
each, so it'd only be 100. It'd only be 150 gold. It wouldn't be.
Oh,
300.
yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah, it's for a 3rd level spell. That'd be 150 gold to copy it down. Which I think she can do that. No, she is 30 gold short. She only has 120 gold.
And Vishana will give her her 4 platinum.
Oh, she. Oh no, you have to. I forgot she had platinum pieces too. She has 5 platinum. Sorry,
okay.
I forgot she had that. So yeah, she can do that. She'll just kind of say there's like, it'll take me the rest of the day to copy this down, but tomorrow we can probably send a message out to them.
Good. Let us prepare then. Maybe write something down so we know exactly what we're going to say.
Do you guys have anything? She looks. Mr. I'm sorry, not Mr. Hank Hessler. Do you have anything you think we should maybe tell the Prince or Master Cromwell?
Well, you're not gonna ask me?
Well, you've been saying stuff this entire time, so I haven't heard much from Hessler or
Oh, okay.
Hank on it. Should things we should mention? Things we should leave out? We only have 25 words to send with, so it needs to be small and concise.
Yeah. Let's see. Bad time. Fought God. Almost died.
Maybe not like that.
Oh.
We didn't fight the god. We gambled with the god.
No. We fought. Remember, we fought Samuel. Technically.
I guess he would be. I guess he would technically be considered.
Don't
the
even
god.
need to tell him that, really.
Maybe.
They're very limited, and we should just keep it simple and just say that there's someone who knows things.
Why don't we say, we know who is searching for the claw, no, not the claw, the pieces.
Yes, we know of someone.
The DK pieces.
Yeah, that Donkey Kong piece is.
We know who is searching for the pieces.
DK!
Donkey Kong.
Dreaded kick.
DK. Chunky's dead.
I've seen Master Cromwell use this before, and he sent spells to me like this before. maybe say, mission was a failure.
Well, that's the thing. The prince and Wallace both know that we aren't on a mission.
Oh, that's true. We didn't.
No, let us say went on adventure, found peace, encountered someone who informed us of who is searching for the pieces. Be on guard.
Love you.
Oh,
No,
Could-
no,
could
Duncan, I'm not
be-
gonna say that.
Oh,
Could be an attack soon. That is 25.
If you all are okay with that, I suppose we can do that. If there's anything else you might want to add.
I think that sounds good.
we're sending this to the prince, right?
I would say the prince, yes.
Okay. She'll just write that down on a piece of paper so she knows to say those words, and you'll see her actually get on the ground, and she starts pulling out some components and ink from her pack, and kind of just starts opening up her spell book to a new page, and takes that scroll that she has and kind of just starts copying it down. And she's going to be basically out of it for the next 6 hours.
On the ground?
So that's...
It's 6 or 3?
It's 6 hours. It's 50 gold and
Yeah,
2
2 hours for
hours
50 gold for
2
every
hours and
level. Yep.
Yep, 2 hours 50 gold, and that's going to basically take her until it's around 4 or 5 o'clock right now. By this point, so it's going to take her until nighttime to get this done.
Does that mean Doc can go out and have fun searching for stuff one last time, or?
I'll say if you guys have one last thing you want to do before the night comes to an end, you're more than welcome to.
How populated is this area with plants?
Well, it's right outside the walls. Right outside, and right outside there's trees in the forest, so you could go out. You can go out. They would be against you going to the way of Hogder, because that's guarded, and they don't know basically what you're. You don't have really any travel permits to get into Hogder from the outside, so there's basically just being hospitable to you since you were travelers lost here.
Oh,
so
right.
so they want you to go to the outside of the wall if you were going outside.
Yeah, I was gonna go look for
Yeah,
plants.
that's fine.
Yeah, you're free to if you guys want to do one more survival check before nightfall comes.
You know what? Definitely. As we're doing the survival check, Dolkeen. Firstly, that's a bad roll. Let me show you what a good roll
I
looks
can
like.
I can help
Wait.
Dolkeen, by the way.
No, I don't need it. No, don't.
I'll
You're
help
with us?
him.
No,
Dolkin still has disadvantage.
I will help him.
no, I don't need it. Ah, watch this double nat 20.
Oh my god.
16.
Man, you should've
I
just let
can
me
help. I mean, I did ask to help him.
Brandon refused it, so I'm assuming that means Dolkin wants to do it by himself. So that's a 16.
Dolkeen is a gamer. Well, shit.
That's why he'll do it again and get it right. Double down 20s.
Alright, so Estelar, you will be finding. Let me pull up my page again. Rolling. Random. No, don't drop it. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So, SR, while you are looking around, you find sort of this odd, kind of thick, whitish, almost waxy kind of ooze that comes out of some of the trees. It's very minor, and you definitely definitely instead of a plant, it's more you need to pull out a vial in order to get it. You see it oozing out. It's almost kind of like candle wax in a way with how thick it is. You find what is called emetic wax.
Whack.
So, what this does is it is a potion and toxin modifier. So what this does instead is it it delays the effects of a potion for 1d6 rounds when added to a potion or poison. So for instance, say you try to poison somebody, and you don't want it to be immediately noticeable, so you just wait a bit. And
Alright.
for Dulkin, you get while you're looking around.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. While you're looking around, you find kind of red petals are kind of growing around the base of some trees, and kind of in the shapes of very small flowers. You find worm tongue petals.
How much do
Oh, I
I
have some of those.
Yep, they're a toxin that adds a D4 plus alchemy modifier to poison damage to a target per round, as long as they stay poisoned.
So, repeat so I can get just write it in the little.
So you can make a poison out of this, and a target takes poison damaged for 1d4 plus the modifier used for the alchemy kit of poison damage per round while they are poisoned. And a target, when failing a constitution save of 10, will stay poisoned for basically 10 rounds for 1 minute.
Alright.
So, let me...
I wrote it down.
Yeah. Here's the actual... Let me just make it easier just in case, so this is...
Okay, yeah, I have it written down in here.
Yep, it's a DC 10.
Yep. Con save.
Con save.
Con save is 10. You'll be poisoned.
And Hank, since Dulkin wanted to refuse your help, what would it be that you're doing while it's getting close to night? And it gets a little bit more lively during the night, especially in the bar area as night rolls around.
Oh, Dulkin. Firstly, Dulkin's gonna go over and give the thing to Estelar because he doesn't want to keep these.
How many did you get?
How much did I get, Isaiah?
You get twice the amount, so you get 2.
Okay, so there you get 2 more.
Also, so considering that I don't really want to do anything in town, I think I will also go and search for those flowers and such. Just look at plants.
Okay.
Just try to grab something that maybe I could bring over to Estelar or Dulki. Maybe they could do something with it.
All right, go ahead and roll survival. 20. Not bad. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, let me... Another...
What's that?
Damn it, Chase. Why don't you give me advantage on mine, What an asshole. Can't believe you, Chase.
Chase,
next time, shitlord, I'm not doing it. I'm not asking you.
Chase, what you find, or Hank, what you find is a blue mushroom with yellow stripes on them. When you pick it up, you notice that there is a blue powder that kind of just seeps off at the moment it's disturbed, and you kind of very carefully just start picking them up and carefully putting them away. You have blue toad shade.
How many?
I believe just 1.
That's Toad Shade is one word?
Oh yeah, Toad Shade is one word. Yeah.
Okay, blue Toad Shade. Okay. And then I will.
And
Oh.
what blue Toad Shade does, it can be used for enchant. It can be used given to a potion maker. Specifically, someone who makes arcane, who uses arcane magic to make potions.
Mm-hmm.
It is an ingredient that can be used to make a potion to create a gaseous form. To use the spell gaseous form as a potion.
Okay.
So if you give that to someone who is good with who is good with alchemy,
I was gonna be curious. So does I don't really know what a lore master does. Would Angelina find any use in this?
let me check. Let me check her stuff real quick. She could. Being a lore master does not, but she does have proficiency in alchemy supplies. So if you wanted to, she, any of these plants that you find that could be used to enchant stuff, she could probably, given she is not very experienced, it will be a high DC. You want to probably take that to someone who's more experienced. But if you want to, she could give an attempt because she does have alchemies. She does have alchemist supplies with her. So if you want to make an attempt, you could.
I can, just because, I've given everything pretty much to SLR. I'll give a little bit to Angelina. I'll give it over to Angelina.
The power play, Chase, is you take her alchemy kit and you use it to make potions better than she ever could.
That
And
would be a pog play.
that would be a pog play. But you see, I don't give a damn about making potions. I only care about taking the potions. So if she does it, then I'm taking a gaseous form, and that'll be amazing for my sneaking ability.
Well,
I would. Oh, okay.
Gaseous form is a bit of a different spell.
It's not fog cloud, Chase. I mean,
basically, you gain a flying speed of 10 feet.
Uh-huh.
You can occupy other creature space. You gain resistance to non-magical damage, and you have advantage on strength, dex, and con saves. You can pass through small holes, narrow openings, and even more mere cracks, and you treat liquids as though they were solid surfaces. You can't fall, and you remain hovering in the air even when stunned or otherwise incapacitated. You can't talk or manipulate objects, and any objects you were carrying or holding can't be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with. You can't attack or cast spells.
Yeah, you are basically hovering and cannot do anything.
You turn into a piece of gas ghost.
Yeah, you literally become gas. You literally cannot do anything, and anything you're holding becomes gas with you.
Wait,
you become the fart ghost.
A strong breeze comes through.
He's
fine.
pushed along with it.
Hank die.
What
He
if
was consciously scattered in the wind.
What if somebody snorts really hard, and am I just in them?
Yeah.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
Well, you can. Well, then you can then get out of them.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be hard.
But Dalkeen definitely wants to ask if Hank and SLR did anything weird with the goop, because I know that they were making potions.
Well, I'll say before that, you go, Hank, you go ahead and go to Angelina and give her the blue toad shade. The odd thing is when you go and try and interact with her, you haven't seen her really when working. When she is in that book and working to write down the sending spell, she is in it. She is work mode, like a flip is switch. Like, she has a serious look on her face that you probably haven't seen before, and it's just everything's focused on what she's doing right now. She kind of just gives some, head nods and small responses to what you say, and basically you just end up putting the toad shade right next to her.
Yeah,
kind of just like down next to her.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Very serious worker she is. Okay, but you go ahead, Olkin.
So just like as we were like walking back and or even when we were like, searching for plants, all three of us just trying to just get different things. Duncan would definitely be like, so when I was like leaving you, I was like making poison stuff. Did you make like a poison out of like black goopy? You tried making it into a potion?
I haven't. I don't really know what it is or what it does. Considering that it did nothing good to any of the things that we saw back in that cave, I'm a bit hesitant to try until we know more about what it is.
I touched it, and look at me, and he'll like show off his, he'll just like hold like basically like put his arms like as far as he can. He's just like I'm okay. Definitely, I was feeling a little weird though. I was feeling like really weird. Definitely like body weird,
Did it tingle?
Remind me again, Isaiah, did it tingle at all, or?
It felt like there was an influence coming over you that was trying to invade your body.
He's really like,
like something was trying to wriggle its way inside of you.
It's like, well, tingling isn't the right word, but you have like a brother, right? And
I do.
And has your brother ever like lied to you about something, but made you like really want to believe it? But that like you ate the last cookie in the cookie jar, and then really tried to convince you that you did.
No, not quite. But he did try to blame me for when he let that elk get away that one time. And he said it was me because I was distracting him, and he was being an ass, Tolkien.
Yeah, see, no.
As he does, he was being an ass.
I get it. Again, it's just like he really tries to convince you of something that you didn't do, but you did. Exactly. So like you get it, and it just felt like something was like trying to like come over me. You think we should get someone to drink it?
I don't think so. Not unless we want them to
like a sip.
Like something bad to happen to them.
Well, I don't want anything bad to happen to them, but like I definitely think we should ask Angelina if we should make it into like a potion or a poison. Oh, imagine if we could like, and then he pulls out his arc cream. He's like, imagine we put it in this, and then we stab someone, and then they turn into like a big octopus.
Dolkin suggesting that the goop that horrible death monsters came out of be drank.
Just a sip. Put it on the tongue.
Just a little taste, give them.
Exactly. We have to see if it, Isaiah. You have to see if it leads you to Flavor Town. This might be the only option, Isaiah.
Brandon, I'll say it most certainly will not. And drinking will have a much different effect than touching.
Well, Dolkin would still like to ask Angelina if it would be a good idea to make it into a poison.
Dolkin, I think that might be an interesting idea. But again, I think that we should hold up until we know the position of it. You still have your fire, right?
I do. I do still have it.
And when we get back to Nazareth, we can ask the Archmage if he knows anything about what this might be.
Oh.
And we can maybe perhaps find a safe way to use this.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't know?
Good question.
That is a good question. I don't know how to answer that.
What if he doesn't know?
I don't know. Then
see if he's just gonna experiment with it, then like we might as well experiment with it.
Then maybe we can look into experimenting then.
Okay.
But for now, let's just hold off on that.
Okay.
Just while they were all doing their gathering shenanigans, Vashana will have gone out and found herself like a kind of quiet, isolated area where there's like no one around. And like try and find at the very least like a tree or a stump of a tree. And will have spent the entire time that they were gathering stuff just practicing casting spells.
Okay.
All my spell slots gone.
Well, she won't burn any of her actual spell slots, but she's trying to. So basically, here's how it works: is she'll focus in on whatever she's casting the spell at, and like grab onto her arm and just try and force herself to feel that the static electricity kind of sparking at her fingertips again.
Mhm.
And she'll try and launch it from her hand, but what it does is instead of it like actually going out, it ignites the air and a fire bolt goes off. And she goes, "Damn it!" And we'll continue practicing like that until roughly 4 or 5 hours have passed, and then she'll head back.
Is there anything in particular? Like, is it like a new spell you took, or?
I'm just trying to get it so that she has a canonical reason for being able to cast Fireball.
Fireball? Oh, Fireball.
Yeah,
Okay,
Fireball and Firebolt, because I swapped
Okay.
out cantrips.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. I assumed, but I just want to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you're doing that, as you're heading back, you actually see a dwarf a female dwarf who has kind of just been standing at the wall, just by one of the entrances, and she actually has been looking at you the entire time that you're doing that.
Mishana has just kind of got a towel, just drying off her sweat. Did you enjoy the show?
Fancy magic you got there, love.
I just wish I could control it a little better.
Don't have a lot of very magic people that come by here. The only one we have is the old crook inside the tower.
Yes, I've had an unfortunate experience with him already.
We all do eventually, dear. Don't worry your head about it. But it's very, very interesting. The way you're trying to do that. Usually when people come by, they seem to already have a very big hold on the magic they have.
I'm just trying to get a hang of this new feeling that I've had here. I'm trying to be able to let it come forth and be able to use it and not hurt my friends.
I know how that feels, love. I might not know much about magic, but I remember there's a saying me pa used to say when I was younger. When you have something and you want it to work, I don't know if you know this saying, but you need to let something come from inside you and let it come out on its own. Let it come out naturally.
Is she talking about using the restroom or?
And don't force it.
Yeah, like
That's how you end up with hernias and hemorrhoids.
You look like you are having a lot of trouble out there. You know,
Need a pep pill?
practice is good when you're trying to do something right, but you shouldn't go and exert yourself there, love.
Eat less cheese.
She'll look up at the dwarven woman.
Up?
And well, what I'm assuming that she was sitting on the wall.
Oh no, she's on the ground. It's like her and another dwarf that's side by side to the main entrance.
Then she'll look over to them, and she'll just kind of shrug and go, "I mean, I guess I could try." She'll just kind of hold her arm out and just not even looking, feel the flow of electricity once again flow through her arm, and just fireball detonates where she was aiming, and whoa, shit!
There you go, love. Look at that. You weren't even trying that time, and it came out naturally.
That's not what I wanted, but sweet lord, that's impressive.
She just gives you a small clap and kind of leans over and does a light smack on the elbow and is like, "So you don't need to go forcing yourself."
I suppose if I just keep working at it and let it come, maybe I could change it from fire to
Lightning. That'll be fun.
Well, I haven't seen much magic like that before, but I assume it's you could do about anything with magic if you so wanted.
It's definitely worth a shot. And thank you. I didn't catch your name.
Barbara.
Barbara. Thank you. You're
Yeah.
very kind.
Yeah, I tried to be. Someone in here needs to keep an eye on these lugs when they're going around drunk.
If
Yeah,
we're
let's get-
if we're still here tomorrow, I would love to spend some time just having a cup of tea and chatting with you.
Hey. We don't drink tea here, but yeah, she'll give you another jab. I'll indulge you.
Thank you.
Well, it's getting late and beasties get restless here at night, especially the Perrytons up in the mountains. They really like coming around here at times to try and pick some of us off.
I thank you, and do have a good.
You too, love. You go and get yourself a nice rest.
And Lashana will call for her broom and fly off on it.
Yeah, meanwhile, Barbara looks at it, he's like, oh. Kind of emphasizing the fact, like, yeah, you could do anything with magic. Flying broom. So, you go back in, and by this point, Angelina will finish up the sending spell in her book and kind of close it. Does it? I forget. Does it get rid of the spell scroll that you have?
It
add
does.
to the
It
book?
consumes the spell scroll.
Yeah. So the sending spell scroll is gone, but she has in her book and kind of just like, just kind of leans back and just starts rubbing her temples. Finally
And
done.
Vishana will come in through the door. Hey, sorry, I kind of vanished there for a bit. All set, Angie?
Yes, I have it in my book now, but we'll need to do it tomorrow since I don't have it. Since I don't have the components ready to cast it, so I'll need to
I have to prepare.
wait
yes,
until
I
tomorrow
know.
morning.
Well, what did the rest of you get up to?
Are we back?
Yeah, you're all just kind of hanging around.
Oh.
Yeah, the building's not too big where you wouldn't be able to find each other.
Tolkien definitely isn't trying to like hide, so
Yeah.
I will pull out the plants that Dolkin got and the little vial of wax that I got, and I said we found some very interesting things in the forest over there.
That most certainly is impressive.
With the snow finally melting, it seems some of the more hard to find stuff is starting to peek its way through.
Maybe one of these days we'll actually find some stuff that's hard to find and not what is it? Worm root? What is it? Worm teeth? I deleted it from my image so I could see it with the crystal, so oh.
Worm tongue. Well, the ones you guys found a lot of is just the Arctic creeper.
That that is true.
Found it.
I found a lot of
I have
Arctic
5
creeper.
Arctic creeper in my inventory.
Yeah, that's like the most you guys have found is the Arctic creeper.
That's what I've kept
Creeper.
finding.
Aw, man.
So that's just what I've kept finding, and also I think I bought some as well. So
one of the first plants you ever bought.
I mean, Tolkien will like buy more, and we're no longer.
I'll have
debt.
5. It's okay. We've
No,
got
no,
a
no,
lot.
not more Arctic creeper. Other stuff.
Oh,
He wants to like buy other plants and just like would definitely love to like bring them back home, just like show them to people. Also with like cool fruits and things he could also bring home.
Yeah, you show off that, and Angelina kind of just puts her book down and sets her glasses to the side. It's like, I don't know about the rest of you, but I think I'm gonna hit the hay, as they say. It's late.
Go on ahead. Get yourself a good rest.
Yeah, she kind of gets up, and she was already sitting by the hammock that she was sleeping before, and kind of just settles down inside of it.
Yeah, and then Tolkien will turn to Hank and be like, "You wanna play a game of Google Gam Gop for who gets top bunk?"
Well, damn gob, are you
What
doing
the
stuff with the
What
goo?
kind of what is that Normish?
All right, 3, 2, 1. Google, Gam, Gop, and then he's gonna throw a rock.
Oh, you mean rock, paper, scissors?
Oh, I guess I get top bunk.
Since Hank just had like an open hand, just like, and he didn't even change, like he didn't even throw up a hand, but like he just like Dolkeen just like reaches over, and he's oh wait, never mind. Then that would mean that I win.
Yeah, the opposite.
Yeah.
It's just the opposite of rock paper scissors, where like rock beats paper and
Yeah,
paper,
exactly. It's the opposite of rock, paper,
beats
scissors.
You throw
Oh,
a
wow.
rock. You throw a rock through a piece of paper.
Makes sense.
You
From the
cover,
paper, piece of paper due to a rock.
you cover the paper. You cut the paper in scissors, and so then you can't use it to cut the paper. And you use your big scissors to chop through the rocks, as is gnome tradition.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Vashana's just like, Oh.
And-
For a moment there, I thought you were doing something with the goop.
Oh no, we decided that we should probably bring it back to Mr. Wallace, and then have him like see if we can. And
Thank God, I thought one of you had tried it or something.
don't worry, we came to the conclusion that if he doesn't know what it is, and he's going to experiment on it, we're going to at least like experiment on it first.
I'm sure Archmage Cromwell will be able to use his wide array of knowledge and spells to ascertain what it is.
But if he can,
I have no idea what this shit is.
let it be his answer.
I can't wait. So then we get to make poisons with it, or potions of some kind, or we'll like start like a witch's brew, and then we'll just like curse the town, which
Well,
is inevitable.
If anyone's curious, I figured out a new thing today.
Oh, I thought you were also want to play some Google Gam Gop.
No, I'm good, thank you.
What'd you learn?
And she just kind of holds up her hand, and it sparks, and firebolt appears in it.
Oh, that's fun. That's neat. Usually, I've seen you just have a bunch of electricity.
I'm trying to be able to get it a bit more under control, but at least now I can light things with it. So
I don't know if I said, but I learned a little new neat trick too, kind of using what you do, Shauna.
you can fly.
No, not that.
Oh,
I couldn't really necessarily show it, but mind stuff.
oh, you learned something with the mind. Well, you'll
Yeah,
have
it
to
was-
show me.
Yes, it was in some of the classes that Master Cromwell taught. So it involves getting into the target's mind and disorienting them so that they can't focus on effects that harm them.
Confusion?
It's sort of like that. It's a spell called Mind Sliver.
Oh,
It's a little bit of a newer one, but I think it might come in handy.
indeed. That's very similar to my mind whip, except my mind whip is less permanent. And a little bit more kinky.
She just looks at you and is like nodding, and then you say kinky, and you're like, wait. And then she's like, and then she kind of just like has a redness to her face as she realizes what you mean by that. And then kind of just slowly leans back down into her hammock and stops talking.
And Vishana will walk over, kind of laughing to herself, and just pat her on the head. Good night. She'll jump up into her hammock.
Good night. And she'll look to the rest of you as like, well, I don't know if you guys are going to be doing anything, but I guess good night to you as well.
tonight, I actually wanted to go druidcraft some more flowers.
I mean, you can if you wish to.
Yeah, I was just find like a nice little spot in like the corner of town or wherever, and just start druid crafting some flowers.
Well, not really a town, but more just you can go outside the gate and.
How about just outside of like the building?
Yeah, the
cover?
building we're in.
I go too far and get attacked again.
Oh yeah, no, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just druid craft some nice flowers all around.
Zach's
The
gonna
building-
find these though.
The buildings are behind the wall, but you would have just the dwarves keeping watches, keeping an eye on you to make sure you don't go fucking running towards the mountains.
Zach's absolutely gonna find these.
Zach's not here. Zach's on the other side of the world.
Yeah, he's following the trail. It's let him here.
For some reason, I just had the image of Zach on all fours like a hound dog sniffing the ground.
He's like, my queen is near.
My queen.
My queen.
He's gonna find these, Crystal. As Isaiah's writing it into lore as we speak, it's just like Zach runs up to the town of, or to the capital of Nazareth, and he's just like, I found the flowers you've been leaving me. There was some at the place where there's a bunch of dwarves. You left them in front of.
Hey, Esselar, I didn't know you were coming to Hogdur too. What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. It's not like I followed you.
My queen, it's so good to see you.
Okay, but yeah, you just do a bunch of nice flowers, especially now that spring. Have a bunch of more seasonal flowers that won't wither and die in the cold, like a bunch of roses and sunflowers on the ground.
Hell, I'm just gonna sit down and like just start druid crafting a bunch of flowers around me and just like sit there and just enjoy some nice time.
Yeah. After a bit, tiredness will come after you, and you need to go to sleep relatively soon, since it's around 10-11 at this point, so it'd be getting pretty late.
Dolkeen wants to try summoning his healing spirit.
You do that, and you kind of just focus in a bit, and you just put a mental image. Oh, what would you like your healing spirit to look like?
You know what I want it to look like? I want it to look like a tiny, adorable baby version of Ma.
Yeah, you look at Ma, and you're just thinking about, man, everyone gets hurt a lot. If only there's a way I could do it, and only if it was a way that could make you feel comfortable. Wait,
Yeah,
Ma's here.
Yeah, everyone loves Ma.
Everyone loves Ma, and then you just put that mental imagery, and you feel like you're magic. You think Kirwin's for something, he's like, no, it's gotta be different.
Mm-hmm.
I can't always be near someone. Then you kind of just focus out your magic outward, and then you see like a tiny little like teacup-sized Ma on top of her. She doesn't notice because it's small, but she just kind of looks side to side, confused.
Yeah, and Dolkeen be like, oh my gosh, Ma, don't move. I think Dolkeen's gonna reach up and then pull off the tiny magic Ma.
Your hand faces through it because it's incorporeal.
Oh, shit. I can move it, right?
You can move it, yeah.
Yeah, so I just have to move it with, like, thinking.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so then he'll be like, oh, I can't. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have a mind of its own. It's based on, like, your control of it.
So Dolkeen tried to pick it up, and then his hands are right through it, and he was like, oh, wait. And then he'll think for it to, like, just, like, jump, like, onto the floor.
Yeah. It kind of does so more just kind of floats rather than jumps and just goes to the floor. And
Yeah.
After a bit, kind of just disappears based off you just moving it around.
Mm-hmm. And then he'll like look at Mom and be like, what do you think? That was awesome. You like it?
She's just looking at you.
It's like, I had some inspiration when I was thinking of who it should be, just to, maybe it was you, but who knows? It could have been well, maybe it was Hank.
She just keeps staring at you and just, and then kind of just looks to the side, notices like a rat on the floor, and immediately jumps off and goes and catches it.
She gets it. She knows.
She gets me.
Yeah, she gets me.
She's
Ah.
not just a this beast that I talk to.
Alright, well, let me remove one spell slot.
You guys take a long rest. But yeah, you guys doing other things. You know, the tiredness overtakes you, and you'll climb into your separate hammocks and start to drift off to sleep. And you still hear a bit of the ruckus from the dwarves, but it dies down with it being late at night. But there's still plenty of guys who occasionally make a little bit of noise, but nothing too loud to stir you guys awake. And you guys sleep soundly and peacefully, but think, in your sleep, I want you to make me a perception check, but with disadvantage while you're sleeping.
Say
You're cutting out.
like you're like
Oh.
you're
Can you guys hear me?
Like,
You
it
sound
sounds
muddled.
very.
Yeah, who do you want to make the? Oh,
Hello?
oh, hello.
Oh, that's better.
yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess Discord was just taking a shite.
It's like you were just walking down the stairs as you were talking to us.
Yeah, it sounded like you were underwater talking to us.
That's weird. Okay. But
Who did you want to make perception check with disadvantage?
Hank. I wanted Hank to make
Oh,
a
okay.
perception check with disadvantage.
A perception check, right?
Yeah, perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, does it even matter?
16. So as you're kind of just happily just sleeping in your hammock, while sitting there, you kind of hear something, like footsteps are in the middle of the night,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of stir awake a little bit as you kind of just get up. And I want you to make a me an acrobatics check as you get up. As you kind of open up your eyes. 18. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, no. So as you get up, you feel in the quiet of the night with the room dimly dark and everyone fast asleep, you feel a hand come up your mouth and push you back down onto the hammock that you're laying down on, and you feel a knife come up to your throat. And as you look up, you see the dwarf that you saw in the baths before, looking down at you, glaring daggers at you. You hear him just like get down and whisper into your ear, "If you fucking say anything or scream, I'll fucking gut you like a fish where you sit. You traitorous bastard." And that's where we're gonna end the session.
Ooh.
God damn it! I failed the fucking acrobatics check with an 18.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Should have been better. Jeez.
And I failed a perception check at a 16.
Well, you would have had that acrobatics check with disadvantage if you didn't succeed.
Oh my god. Okay then.
You see the
Jesus.
perception, but he rolled much higher on that.
Can he dodge?
I'll chase.
Oh wait.
That works for damage, unfortunately. Evasion. I dodged completely out of the way.
Should have used your
Back to
inspiration,
dash.
Chase.
I don't have an inspiration.
Yeah, I know. None of us do besides fucking.
Besides Crystal. All right. Well, that will be and that's where we'll left off, and we'll pick it up next week.
Oh boy.
Hank. Yeah, Hank's gonna have an interesting talk with the dwarf next week.
Like,
And he's gonna wake up to a tiny, tiny baby maw running his nose. He's gonna wake
It's gonna
him up.
heal him.
Yeah, it's gonna heal him when he
Oh.
wakes up.
all because Dolking fucking dropped my name right as I was all like, you know what, I'm gonna start using a fake name.
Yep, and someone here might remember you from before you went to jail.
Better not. It can't be Rubric. Rudrick. What is his name? Rudick?
Dirk.
No,
No,
not
no.
Dirk.
No, it better
Oh,
not be Rudrick, the
Rud-
spa dwarf.
Rud- It is Rudrick.
No! Rudrick! We were such buds, though! We got along so well. Well, I guess me and him got along well. Well, not Chase. Okay, never mind. Hank's dead.
Chase is in deep shit with this guy.
Yeah, Hank's in deep shit. So, I mean, maybe if Hank
Yeah.
like tried to talk to him.
Just so you know, he rolled a 24 on insight on your deception.
Oh my god.
He rolled high on his insight against you.
I don't think I have that high of
Should-
perception.
Should have been more friendly, Chase. Is what I'm hearing. You should have been like Dolky.
Well, it was
Well,
more.
I don't know if that would have mattered.
Oh, you don't think so?
Yeah, no, this guy has a story, and you might learn it pretty soon.
Might. Well, you're probably dead, so not gonna learn it.
Yeah, this is where Hank dies. We're gonna wake up and find Hank's corpse and be like, "What the?"
And be like, well,
Oh,
he took damage for the first time and decide. We'll be like, oh, he fell asleep, he hurt himself. He slept.
You know, he's never taken damage before,
Yeah,
and
so
I
he-
think so the moment he took damage for the first time, he
He decided to end it all. His no-hit run was ruined.
To never take damage again.
can never take damage again if you're dead.
Oh.
Ooh, shit, he right.
Yeah, so that's how we'll that's we're not even gonna like tell anybody that it happened. They'll be like, "Where's the dwarf?" And then we'll just never bring it up.
What dwarf?
Oh, what dwarf?
Exactly.
There's lots of dwarfs. There's lots of dwarfs here. You need to be specific.
Like Hogder is like only a couple days away. Like, you want a dwarf? Go get your own.
A lot of dwarves over there if you want a dwarf.
Oh, I think my favorite part of the session was all of us rolling 8 continually forever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I think
Yeah, that was
that-
pretty poggers.
That was
Was-
indeed weird, champ.
I don't
Was
know,
that not just me
what?
But
rolling 8 continuously?
I also rolled 8s.
yeah, the rolls this session were definitely very fun.